You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
It's time Trinidad, you learn some sense and stop taking serious things for nonsense and laughing. Anything that takes place in this country, whether it affects the country or we laughing. What's around got thrown in the same rate, hospital and stinks is in second place and we laughing. When my people coming from heaven knows they walk in the street with the thing exposed and we laughing. Everybody laughing, everybody glad, everybody kicks in up on we in Trinidad. Always reshuffling cabinet and up to now they can't do nothing yet and we laughing. They buy a boat and it never floats, instead we know it used to carry boat and we laughing. Raise the salary with a big back pay and retrenching for workers every day and we laughing. When election come and you wouldn't vote or you stay in this we go cut it throat and we laughing. Everybody laughing, everybody glad, everybody keeps in up on we in Trinidad. All the justice trade bill in record time, people asking if we promoting crime and we laughing. Can't finish the hospital of priority, but they finish the money in the treasury and we laughing. We've got looting $500,000 a day, it's jam on the main road and the highway and we laughing. They went from Malik and the Guyanese, let no holler run off the hook with it and we laughing. Everybody laughing, everybody glad, everybody kicks in up on we in Trinidad. Some Barbadians say Adam shouldn't dead, that 13 p.m. should have dead instead and we laughing. We see Tobago and say Tobago, where he gets his schooling from them don't know and we laughing. Sideline the commissioner police, things that happen look crime on the increase and we laughing. The minister say crime on the decline and in 3 months they more than 29 and we laughing. Everybody laughing, everybody glad, everybody kicks in up on we in Trinidad.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZY 95.9 FM listeners. And of course, it's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. And we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. That's 7 to 9 p.m. But let me try something a little different. Yeah, I see Waveney Diana Benskin in the background. But Phantom, I bring me in before. Phantom. Oh God, oh God.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, I'm going to say, man, I see we've never hold on tonight. I said, boy. I said, I'm going to bring you in tonight. Let me get you a little thing tonight because with me waiting with that hood, but I know what is good. Let me bring Sini with that hood, eh, but. Oh God, look, with me, I want a hood tonight, boy, stuff. Like you see the earthquake, you see the earthquake, you hear about the earthquake in Trinidad, or?
Trouble in Port of Spain. Trouble in Port of Spain.
I feel you have to hear about the earthquake. You hear about the earthquake.
Trouble in Arima.
Hey, Phantom, the girl
Yeah,
come with
yeah.
a hood, you know.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Well,
I want to play. You
she
see
up
the
to
color?
something, eh? She up to
You see the
something.
color of it, right? I
Red,
want
red, red, red.
that's not red.
That's red, red.
That's red.
Yeah, that's red. What color is that? Light red.
Trouble in Port of Spain. Trouble in Port of Spain.
The woman come with a red hood tonight. Yes, boy. What's up with the hood?
What's
You
up with
going in?
you?
You going in the hood or what?
Yeah?
You going in the hood?
She part of
Police and thief in the street.
You
Oh Lord.
hear that one guy on plain clothes? They laughing, you know.
Fighting the nation with corruption and an administration.
Everybody kicks it off on we in Trinidad. They kicks it off on
I
we
met him in New York, you know, playing clothes. Yeah.
plain clothes. That's
Yeah.
a boss one, you know. That is one from years ago, you know.
You mean police and thief?
No, laughing. Everybody
Oh,
laughing at we in
laughing.
Trinidad.
Yeah, boy.
Everybody laughing at we in Trinidad. They're laughing. You gotta play that one
Mhm.
again. They're laughing. But hear this one. Breadstick. Breadstick decide tonight. You know, letting a female beat him. You know, he said, he said, not tonight, no female will beating him, right? So he come in 550. And you know, Nadia come in at 552. Breadstick, your tie. I mean, breadstick, your tie. Your tie, but you ain't got shit. You got tie. Hey, you know what you say? What is that?
They the color the new party of Trinidad and Tobago.
What is that? The Patriotic Front?
Burgundy.
That's the new party, the Patriotic Front. You know we have Mikela Panday coming up.
Burgundy.
What color is the Patriotic Front?
I don't know. You know? I go from a Bajan political party in Trinidad, and this could be the colors.
You
Maybe I could trick the PNM people to vote for this color.
You know, you will get stoned in Trinidad, you know. They don't call stone in Trinidad like they go stone here, you know.
You know what pride we have, right?
They might mistake this color for red and vote. You see?
Pure Barbados. We don't play, you know.
How you can ship me out to Barbados? I was a born Trinidadian. Watch yourself.
You can't bring no Bajan.
I is a born Trinidadian and I is a Bajan too. All you could eat it, lump it, stew it.
Go back to Barbados. Go back to Barbados.
This is the color of the new. They the color of the new party. We could trick them red people to vote Burgundy.
Patriotic Front, buddy. Patriotic Front. I see you. What you talking about? What? You know, when the leader come, I go tell Sissy, you have one follower, but a Bajan follower.
Who?
Do you see your Patriotic Front ID color?
Yeah.
Nadia, so yeah. What is fella say early? And some, what you say? Breadstick and some TC and Heavy abandon you today. But don't listen to we. We tell you PNM don't want you again.
Oh Lord.
For sticks. Boy, what's wrong with you, boy? Yeah, we go talk about what's going on and beat them. Yeah, we had to talk about that.
Serious business. Yep.
That's serious business. We go talk about that.
I hope Ethelbert Hines, the wax not in your ears tonight, because I'm drinking my meringue and my lemongrass.
Moringa, not meringue. That's a reggae tea, a reggae kind of tea.
Like I said, I'm drinking my meringue, my lemongrass, and my echinacea tea. So my voice intact. I'm ready for Ethelbert Hines tonight. I hope you're listening. Long time I ain't see you.
You
brother like that, just like that, out of the blue. He
Yeah,
he
but
out in the field working.
Are ready for Ethelbert Hines tonight, MP Hines? You went and you fix a hole and you make a latrine.
oh God, all the wicked, you know. All right, let me do the superlatives tonight. Takesha, you're inside. Welcome. What? Fish sticks, I can't wait to fully open back. I feel more scared during SOE because there's no police passing on the main road and it's more easy for robbery to take place.
I need to understand something here from Lollipop. You're at the point where you see these who clowns there. Who you calling clown, Lollipop? Who you calling clown? I hope it's that. I hope.
Takesha, you're inside. Takesha said, just out of hand right now in the country. And the government focusing on COVID and blame this one and that one.
They went and fix a hole and make a latrine. Hey, they went and fix a pothole, a precipice, and make a latrine. Shit bubbling up in the street. Huh?
Oh God.
That is great as the PNM. And we love you so. We love you so. We go let the hole become an ocean. And then we go come and fix it. And the feces go come in your house now. We love you so.
God, all the wicked, you know, boy. Run. Little Ron Horner said the woman and them take over the program. Well, woman just run the thing. Oh, you go wrong with you. Woman just run the thing.
Yeah, they ask for a standpipe and they get several springs. You're absolutely right, Fish Stick. They get springs that is sprouting manure. Maybe they want to turn it into a agricultural area. I don't know.
So listen, Diana and Gary, listen to little Ron Horner now.
Ron Horner.
He needs to go and sit in the corner. Listen to this. He says, Wall Street, what is your obsession? He called it an obsession, eh? Listen to him, eh? Only listen to the man. Listen to him. It tells you about his mindset. Listen to him. Little Ron Horner says, Wall Street, what is your obsession? Let me word he's using, eh? Diana, Gary, listener. What is your obsession with the painting of the apartments in Laventille? And listen to him now, eh? This is his mindset. Buy paint and paint the damn building.
Oh Lord.
You know the PNM ain't doing anything for you. Right? You see how them is? You see how they're wicked? No, he wants me to go and buy paint to paint the building. I live in America. Run. Why you pick up, why all you in get all you and all go up there and only help the poor disadvantaged people in Chumaka Clavantine.
Word.
Do that.
In all areas.
Eh?
In all areas.
No. We have to start somewhere. We have to start with Laventille. We have to start. But you see, Run Party, and Gary Party, and Fistic Party, and Breadstick Party, and Nutskate Party, and Wallowfield Party, and Nadia Party, and Claudia Party, and who else? Where's Diana?
I have no idea.
Wolverine Party and Cashew Nuts. If all of them get together and all them go up there one day, all they can finish paint one of them building in one day. And all they had a great opportunity in 2011. To have a paradigm shift in Chumaka Laventille. But all they failed to take the opportunity. All they don't want to talk about that. Although you want to talk about Wall Street and your obsession. You have to have an obsession. You see, because all years a 1 day wonder is a 1 day wonder or a 9 day wonder.
I don't know.
But answer. But Julia Davy could have leave that while she was getting all the good stuff from UNC. But she take for herself and she make people feel like she get nothing. She live out here. We needed some community to take the lead. And she's a nice person. But
tell Julia Davis, she name Colin, that they say, I'm quoting here, when she was in the UNC, she had a great opportunity to have a paradigm shift in Lavante, but no, guys, she was with the UNC from 2010 to 2011.
She was
Oh no.
She
Oh
was
no.
It was 2007. 2007.
Yeah, but the UNC wasn't in power. That was Manon.
No,
Raj.
but she was in the UNC camp. I met her there.
Rajvi says that you'll go, but they need police escort. Oh Lord.
Well, all right, listen.
But hold on. It's from 2010. She get a lot of stuff, you know.
Huh?
Yeah. You remember
No.
he was one of on the show, and he was talking about it.
No, but she was at PNM then. I thought UNC don't get PNM people nothing when UNC in power.
Hey, you stay there and feel so. You stay there and feel. You get wrong information.
I don't know. That's a question. I asking a question. I don't know.
Well, I say you was getting information. UNC did a lot of stuff with the people. But some of them decide that they go take all what they get and go back and vote PNM. And then realize that them.
Rumors
they're spreading. Saying that somebody is voting.
So little Ron Horner says, I'm ashamed of Beaton resident. Shitwater running in almost every side street, and they will prefer stay silent than to protest. If it was the UNC, all now Port of Spain burned down, double standard. Our Port of Spain will burn down. What Port of Spain was going to burn down? What is that one?
But you know they're talking the truth, Angela.
Well,
no, not Port of Spain would have burned down. Some kind of protest would have gone on if that was UNC power.
All you know, they no protest. It's only today that thing just happened or yesterday. All you know, look, Anderson is a fella, a UNC fella. We go play the video. Anderson is a UNC fella, right? He living there. He's already activist in that community. How come he run rally people to do it? Come on, Aaron. Why are you doing it? How come? Albert Montano, good night. How come you rallying people to do it?
Police and thief in the streets.
Where is Shawells from?
Lavantil.
Okay.
Fighting the nation with the guns and ammunition.
All right. Listen to this, Listen to this. Watch. Albert Montano says, are you pleased with the way Fitzgerald is ignoring the people and beat them? Or do you think they receive the government they asked for? Now, Albert, you see, and when I try to get things done, you know what little Ron Horner says? I have an obsession. You see, you can't please them. You can't please them. Doesn't matter what you do, you can't please them. Wall Street, where they want to take paint and paint the building. He ain't taking no paint to come and say, Wall Street, let me help you go and paint the building. He ain't saying that, you know. But little Ron Horner, they're sitting down in the corner, you know, and waiting for Jack Horner, right? And telling me to go and get paint for little Ron Horner. Hey, Ron Horner. Oh, God, man. Oh, God, all in that easy, you know. And wait for the next one to come, Ellis Island. Wait till he coming. You go hear him next. He's next one. Once a minute, I'm waiting for them tonight.
Oh, boy.
I'm a pickaxe tonight. I take out that pickaxe. You know there's a pickaxe there?
But of course I know what a pickaxe is.
Well, I don't know if they have that in Barbados.
Yes, we have. Hello. Okay, don't go there now.
No, I just asked.
We signed up with George yet?
Don't go there.
No, we didn't see me yet.
Okay. But answer, there has to be a certain amount of effort from the people in the community. There has to be, and this is what we don't see.
Nope.
All right. Some people are just opportunities. They are in party to get what they could get, and they're fixing their own business, and they're not fighting for the community. They make a whole heap of noise. Start to work with them. They're just taking for themselves. Right? That is what I've seen.
Yeah. There's no unity for betterment of the country.
Listen to the next one. Volney Roberts. Listen to him now. I made them out and others make them out. Listen to him. Boy. Why Anderson must do so, Aisha should. You see, like to shift the goalpost? You see?
Oh boy.
You know? Like, Volney Roberts. The so-called warriors looking for some people to shift the goalpost, you know. The so-called warriors looking for some people to shift goalposts. I feel you will make that side. I'm appointing you Captain Volney Roberts. Captain. You shift the goalpost. And I'm coming back to our next person there. Who up?
But you don't think Aisha Wells can mobilize something like that too? She have enough pull to get something like that done. Why she say, Ansem, I will work with you on getting this job done.
Well, Gary, I agree with you, you know. I agree with you, but not just Aisha Wells.
No, but what I'm saying is,
Julia Davy, Dominic Roman, Pastor Google.
all of them. All of them
to come out and rally around the people. Every single one of them. Well, my partner Kingsley too, you know.
Yeah, but what I say, Aisha Wells is more like, all right? She's more like.
Hey, Kingsley, how you going to them people, boy? Where's that one? Kingsley, where's that?
While we're at it, the people in Trumaka, are they getting no water still? Come on.
What do people want water?
Ethelbert Hines, come on. I mean, you know, if I was living up there, I have to wash my saltfish every day before I cook it. How am I going to wash my saltfish before I cook it? And I have no water. Come on, Ethelbert Hines.
Vonnie Robert say, without we, you have no program. If you can't talk the pressure, take a time out. If you can talk, take the pressure. Vonnie, Vonnie talk about taking pressure. Who does get more pressure in this thing, the village, than me? Everybody like, I love you, Diana. Diana is so sweet. Diana, what a beautiful poem. Oh,
Thank
Diana, you touch my heart. They don't say nothing but Gary. We not here, you know.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know the queen ruling, right?
Yeah, the queen ruling, you know. We just sit right silent.
Hello. You know? Ethelbert Hines, the people want water in Lavantil. And why you went and fix a hole and people are latrine now in Beetham? Hello? What's going on, Ethelbert?
But I think Keisha say ask Kingsley. He will tell you. Keisha, what you might ask Kingsley? I will text him, you know.
He need to hire the Chinese contractors. Maybe they'll do a better job. I don't know. I don't know how you just fix a
So you want to send Chinese contractor in Chumaka Clavanto?
I don't know. Because look, they can't get water. Like they have underground spring, and them can't get the water from the underground in people's house. Chinese will show them how to do it. Because Chinese have farm up in the hills in China, in different provinces, and they just get water up there. So I don't know.
Bring it down to the own labor too.
Yeah.
Just a suggestion.
But listen to Little Ron Horner again. Wall Street getting on just like the Prime Minister conference today. Like we're releasing twin brothers, Dr. Keith Christopher Roll. Arrogant alike. Diana, Gary, I arrogant. What arrogant did I talk about to the Little Ron Horner? Boy, you know, one drink half a stag, eh?
Where's the judge? Somebody find the judge.
Yeah, we gotta find the judge, boy.
Judge Volney, you're wanted in the village. Judge Volney, if you're listening, we're wanted in the village. Let's go.
Yeah, Walls, not come up with a new name. Walls Bull, acting like a raging bull, eh?
Oh, Lord.
I don't want to say. One of your yes, Wall Street, you buy the pain. And you give an Aisha Ray t-shirt. Where does get these rumor from? I give an Aisha Ray t-shirts now.
Rumors are spreading.
Yeah, rumors are spreading.
But answer, you know when people I share ideas within Trinidad and a lot of them say, well, when you come now? When you come,
Gary?
You know what I mean? When you come, I must come down here and start.
Oh boy.
Albert,
I agree with you.
Answer me in a bubble with your party. Why not bubble?
Look, Judge Volney just typed that he waiting. Look in the background, Ansem. Yeah. He just typed in the chat.
I ain't see him. No, I ain't see him.
Well, I don't know. Call him and find out. Judge Volney, he's not seeing you.
No, I ain't see him. What chat? If he was there, would I see him, man?
He just put in the chat on here. On YouTube.
No, he didn't put that there. That fella put that there, not Skate.
Oh, nuts.
Yeah, not Skate. Let me call him and see. Yeah. Not Skate put that there. I'm gonna call him. Yeah. You see, all right, all of we rallying wrong Chumaka. All of we going and pay in the building. All ready? I taken a special vacation and come to Trinidad for all of you to go and pay in the building.
Well, I ain't going nowhere. I don't do manual labor.
But I thought you say you was going to walk from the savannah. You going to walk from the savannah at the same time now?
That's different.
Well, let me go.
That's
You
different.
going again?
Hello?
I don't do manual.
Yeah. Judge, waiting for you to log on.
Why? I don't seem to be able to log on.
How you mean you don't be able to log on just like you did before, man?
Click the link.
I send you the link. Click on the link, Don't go to the YouTube or the Facebook page, Click the one that says
Stream,
link.
yeah. StreamYard.
StreamYard.
I'll try again, but I'm not getting any help, Anyway.
Yeah, try StreamYard. The one in StreamYard. Don't go to the one with YouTube or Facebook.
StreamYard.
Okay, I'll go to what you said.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Right. Yeah. You see how fish stick on them? There's is fish stick or nuts cake?
One of them.
Them is the cousins. Fish stick and nuts cake. Two of them. Cousins. Yeah. Cousins.
Yeah, nuts. So that he waiting. The standpipe was the standpipe was a great idea. Anselm said, "Why isn't there no water in Laventille?"
Takesha.
Very good question, Takesha. To the Puna All Stars practicing pan for 2022. Okay.
But it's in my heart tonight again, boy.
Yep.
It's every night,
What I
Ron.
want to encourage everybody to make a video. Everybody have smartphone now. Make a video and send it to us. Send us the facts.
Yeah, or we'll go. What is going on in your community? Yeah. That's what you need to do.
Your kids have a smartphone. So, I mean, I don't understand why it is that you guys can take some documentation and a video and send it to us. Take a picture or a video and send it to us. We'll deal with it.
I don't know, Nutske. Ethelbert Hines, does the standpipe have water in it that you put in there in Laventille? Or that ain't have no water neither?
Oh, you know it don't know water?
I'm asking a question. If it ain't have no water in Trinidad, does the standpipe have water or that ain't have no water? Or the standpipe was put there for as a monument or something?
Take a video, a picture. I will send it to Rohanson and then directly and Mr. Kazim.
Look here. He said he's not getting in Anselm. Herbert Volney.
Yeah, hold on.
Something's going on.
Yeah, Judge, you're on Messenger. Listen to this. You know what I will do? I'll send you the link again in Messenger right now. All right?
Did you send it in WhatsApp? Go ahead, guy. Did you send it in WhatsApp or how did you send it?
I know. I'm trying to figure this out. How we gonna do it here?
WhatsApp. Copy.
Dana, you hearing them? Dana, you
no,
hearing them?
no, I'm not. No, you need to copy and paste it and put it in thing. Click on it. It will say copy to clipboard, and then go over to thing and paste it in there. Click on it.
George, are you hearing me? Dana, are you hearing them?
Nope.
All right. Hold on. Let me try something. I'm just trying something, folks. Hold on. Let me try something here.
What was he? How do you normally send it? No. How do you normally send it? WhatsApp?
I send it. Hold on. Not that again. I'm trying something here. Hold on. How about that? No.
How do you normally send the link, Anselm?
I send it on Messenger.
That's how you normally send it to him?
Yeah, I send it on Messenger.
All right, so he should be able to get it unless there's something going on. Tell him come out of Messenger, just go right back in again or something, maybe.
No, I have him on Messenger here, but it's not. That's not the link. He's supposed to be on StreamYard. Let me try one more thing. Are you hearing me, Judge?
Send it.
All right.
Yeah, Gary.
So what I'm saying is that if they send us the picture of what the issue is in their community, I will send it directly to the Minister of Works or the Minister of Local Government.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know, I've
because
done it before. I've done it
yeah.
before.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, no, listen to me. You just claiming, you just complaining, and not giving us any evidence. We cannot address it like that. Where's the facts? The government could deny it and say it doesn't exist.
That's right.
So
That's what. And then you're out of order for wanting to
a
know these
picture
things.
is, according to when we was going to school, a picture is 1,000 words. So by now, what do you
A
think a video
video.
will worth?
Oh, 10 million.
Because you know, I mean, you gotta stand in your community. You know, you gotta take a stand. You just can't be complaining, and not doing anything about it. You gotta take a stand. Do what is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not suggesting blocking the roads and burning tires. All right. I helped more than 500 people, and I didn't block no road and burn no tire. And then
Amen.
I didn't go outside, no consulate and protest. All right. I took my fight on the social media, and that is how we succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
I
there's
didn't break the law to get anybody any help.
still stranded people, still stranded citizens.
Speaking of
Mm-hmm.
stranded people,
Mm-hmm.
we are dealing presently with a young lady. By the time she finally got her exemption, she could not afford the ticket and decided to wait for the vaccine and got stuck because she cannot afford to pay this quarantine that the government decides to put our
Mm-hmm.
citizens under.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's absolutely no consideration for anybody at all. That
Yep.
you are outside so long, you have no money. We have to be still sending people money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I sent a message to Minister Hines. I sent a message to Dr. Emery Brown about this present situation and asking that the High Commissioner in England contact this young lady.
That's right.
I
That's
did.
right. Yep.
And
She
I'm
need
waiting to see the
help
response. I am
because
waiting to see the response.
all
But
they
we
lock
all
out
we
the
all know
place.
we all know
Yep.
people our people dead before they get any help.
Yep. All they lock out the
You know?
place, lock the place out, take away her family's way of earning a living to help her get back home, and then you're going and you want to you can't come if you come back in unvaccinated, you gotta pay for quarantine. Wait, wait.
Bring your damn people home and take care of them there.
Nah, that ain't right. That's not right. Gotta forcing people to. I bet you so what kind of kickback going on with this hotel quarantine thing? Who owned them hotels? Huh? Family ain't walking away. She wasn't working when she was out of school. She went to. Where you think she getting money to pay this quarantine for? And y'all forcing it on her.
Let me see if this working. Judge Volney, are you hearing us? Hello?
No.
Judge Volney, are you hearing us?
I don't know.
Are you hearing us?
Hello,
Yeah. You hearing us?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, Dad, are you hearing him?
Yeah.
You hearing him?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Are you hearing me, Judge Volney?
I'm hearing you very well.
Okay. Dad, are you hearing him as well?
Yes.
Okay. And the people in the chat hearing him as well. We just want to know.
Yeah, you don't have to see me.
Yeah, we just can't see you.
Good.
But that's all right. That's all right, Judge. So we're waiting to see it working, right? So Judge, welcome to Indie Village with the Dark Triplets and WZY 95.9 FM. Of course, we have with us on it's the Dark Triplets. D is for Diana. Diana is considered to be the Storm. Right? A is Anselm. Anselm is also Flash or Wall Street. And the G is considered to be Gary, and Gary is considered to be the Phantom. Welcome back to Indie Village with the Dark Triplets and WZY 95.9 FM.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, so hold a minute. For the people in the chat, can you just let us know?
Yes,
Okay,
they're hearing.
All right, good. So folks, listener, we up and running on WhatsApp. They will give out the number just now. Right? So Judge Volney, you the first one. So Judge Volney, we want to get your feedback on what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago. Because many people are saying that Trinidad and Tobago is not a real place. Right? I mean, we look at what happened with the Public Service Commission We look at some people are asking for the president to resign. Some people are asking for the attorney general to resign. Some people saying
Call election.
some people say call elections. Some people calling people imps, pimps, and chimps. What is going on in Trinidad, Judge Volney?
Let me tell you something.
Hmm.
Life is going on basically good and sweet as we can have it. The only thing is that you can't go in a bar and drink alcohol, which is crazy. These restrictions on just about everything are being lifted exponentially, little by little, drip, drop, drip, drop. We are hoping to be able to take a sea bath because the government have found it in their way for the first time in the history of the country to deny the citizens access to seawater so we could go and blow out our lungs and drink some seawater and wash off the blight, you know. And for those who are not really into the semantics of what is going on, the politics and the legalities and that sort of thing, life is quite normal, you know, in Trinidad and also in Tobago. There's nothing to be overly concerned. We do have a situation that we don't have a commissioner of police, but as Dr. Rowley says, we have a deputy, a substantive deputy commissioner of police, and in the command of things, the deputy can depute. You know, he has certain delegated authorities within the police service that he can perform. I have no doubt that the police will follow his directions. The constitutional niceties may not be met, as for example, where the authority of the commissioner of police is required and there is no substantive commissioner. But there is somewhat of a constitutional imbroglio in the absence of a commissioner of police, and in particular the service commissions, the police service commission, and it was totally screwed up in my view by the president. And the way that I see it is that this is a republic, and the president thinks that she's a monarch, you know, and that she's not accountable to the public. And that is where the problem is, a question of accountability and a question of transparency. And it all boils down to the former duly constituted Police Service Commission sending forward a list, a merit list, for the president to send on to the parliament, to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, for the House to decide upon who will be the next Commissioner of Police. And strangely, and she has refused to say why, and this is why I say she's acting as if she's Queen Paula May Weeks, and this is a republic. She has not sent forward the list as she is required. And that is what has created this imbroglio. And she has kept her aloofness, as she is known to be an aloof person. And everything tumbled down, so to speak, in terms of legality and institutional existence and that sort of thing. But for the average Joe citizen, it's like the calypso, they kicks in Parliament.
Explain that, right? They kicks in Parliament.
Exactly.
So Judge, you think she needs to go? I mean, if even though they're going in Parliament, I don't think they're gonna anything is gonna pass in Parliament for them to say that she has to resign or they're gonna kick her out, right? Because the PNM has the majority, right? Unless the independent senators vote with the PNM, is that accurate?
The independent senators, they hold their favor from the president. She appointed them. They're not going to rock any vote. They're not going to rock any vote. And besides, while it is that I fully understand the position of the opposition and their desire to proceed that way, I understand it. And I support the measure that they are taking, and I know that it will not succeed. It is all because the president remains aloof. If President Paula May Weeks had come out with a statement and saying I was wrong, I made a mistake, I beg pardon, the country would have moved on. But she remaining in the big house and not saying anything as if she don't owe anybody an explanation. And Dr. Rowley came out like Viv Richards in his heyday today, and he was just hitting the ball for six all over the place. He has totally removed himself from the imbroglio very boldly and correctly, because if he had no dirty hands in this thing, he could have batted the way that he batted today, and he was awesome, and he has thrown it back to on the laps of the president to answer. Well, talk to the people, let the opposition know that the reason I didn't forward the merit list is because of ABC. But don't do like you're the Queen of England, the monarch. And I don't owe an explanation. You're in a republic. You have to give explication for your deeds or for your failure to act. That is why you are elected. You don't come down as of right in the days of King Charles, who lost his head.
So, Judge,
Volney, we have a quick question from the chat, right? It says, question to Mr. Volney. If we have no PSC, Police Service Commission, how will an acting commissioner of police be given a job without a PSC?
PSC.
Listen, the last commission was duly constituted. And as far as I know, they did a merit report for the appointment of a commissioner. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wouldn't put my head on a block in that regard as to whether it was a commissioner or an acting commissioner. Because it seems to me if what they were looking to do at that particular time, quite back in August, was to look to organize things for the matter to go to Parliament, they would not have been looking for no acting commissioner. That is my reasoning. They would have been looking to appoint a commissioner. Okay? And I believe that what went to the president under the heading and the signatures of the then duly constituted Police Service Commission was a valid document, right, in accordance with law, because the commission was duly constituted. Now, in my view, it being a valid document that has not been trashed legally All the president now has to do is to take the bloody document and forward it to the speaker and end the matter. However, what has happened is that, and this is what the population sense, they did not want Gary Griffith to be on the merit list. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Today, the Prime Minister said that he had written to the Commission earlier this year. First time he's saying so, saying that he had lost the confidence, the confidence of himself and his government in Gary Griffith. He didn't say why, and neither did he say that today. Why? However, given that the government has lost confidence in Gary Griffith, I suspect that Gary Griffith, who is very popular with law-abiding citizens out there, has a lot of support, including support among the supposedly independent commission, Police Service Commission, who put up his name. And if that had gone before the Parliament, there's no knowing the confusion that it might have caused. And somebody caused the president to hold it back when she really had no discretion in the matter. Her function was ministerial, just to acknowledge receipt and to forward it to the speaker. Consultation had passed at that time, and she didn't do it.
But Judge Volney, at the end of the day,
All
right?
to do now is to send it forward.
But Judge Volney, at the end of the day, even if Gary Griffith was nominated and he was the only one, the Prime Minister could reject him.
Yeah.
So to me, and he had already lost confidence in
the
him.
point they answer.
Parliament.
Oh, I understand the point, Gary.
The list was intercepted to prevent that.
And in Parliament, the government will say, we do not want this man to be appointed. It will go to the vote, and the government will have its way. And that's the end of that.
Right, so story done.
Gary finished. They don't want him. And the government, and I understand this, the government must have somebody that they can work with. You can't have a blue fly, on your back all the time.
A blue fly?
And lash it. Go away.
That's a new one, Judge Volney, a blue fly.
You never see blue fly buzzing around meat when you go in the abattoir.
No, as a vegetarian, I really go to the abattoir.
Well, you wouldn't know about that.
Blue flyer, they have them all over Trinidad?
Huh?
They have them all over Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah. Yeah.
Meat hanging to cut.
Mm.
Yeah, but Judge Volney, no water in certain
dashing them away.
Well, Ghana.
no water in certain constituencies, especially Chumakak Lavantil. They must have a whole heap of blue fly up there.
Did you hear Judge Volney?
No, she's just done, but you repeat it.
She says no water in Chumakak Lavantil. They must have a whole lot of blue fly up there.
Well,
A whole month.
there really is no excuse for there to be no water there, because all they have to do is to share the distribution of the limited resource. And it just is a question of management. They're not managing the water resources of the country properly. And nobody could say that it is government and opposition, but that is a stronghold of the governing party. Well, at least it used to be, but the way things heading now, anything could play in the next election.
So, Judge Volney, someone says the president knows quite clearly that the PM has some input in the decision making of the sacking of Gary Griffith. That's the reason for the delay. You believe that?
Of course, the president knows that the prime minister doesn't want Gary Griffith. Of course, she knows.
Okay.
And the prime minister did not say that he was the one who went to president's house or that he spoke to the president about this. So much as I don't like Pete Rowley, I have to take the man at his word. He's the prime minister. I must respect the man, you know, for what he says. I don't see how a prime minister could be so bold as to go on national television and make these statements if they are false. So I believe him when he says that it was not he. He didn't look to influence anybody.
But Judge Volney,
there could have been other people who did it.
But Judge Volney, since we keep it real in the village, right? He did say that no one from Petrotrin was going to lose their job.
Well, you're throwing in a ball there that I can't read at all now.
Oh God!
Oh, no.
It's just everything here.
Judge Volney, you are good. How come you don't want to read the ball? That's what it is. You don't want to read the ball. The ball coming is a boogly. You could read it. You don't want to read it, but that's all right.
No, but he was recorded because these guys on the report every morning, what do you call it? Something report.
The underground report. The underground report.
The ground report.
Oh, the ground report. The ground report. I thought it was the underground report.
They keep playing it all the time, and it's Rowley's voice.
Yeah.
So Rowley must have said so, and they're rubbing it into him.
So I just asked him, I just asked him.
Yeah.
That's all.
Judge Volney, I don't know if you can hear me answer and repeat.
Good.
Is the opposition leader, Madam Kamala Bissessa, correct in calling for the resignation of both Mr. Alwari and Madam Weeks? Is she correct or is she exacerbating the situation?
I think I have the gist of what you asked. You know, to remove the president, there is a procedure. And the first part of the procedure is for a substantive motion to establish a committee or a tribunal rather to consider the removal of the president on certain grounds. Okay, so this is the first step. Was she right to do so? I think that she politically has taken a great gamble because the president is somewhat acceptable as a person to most of the population. She is not an unpopular person, and the problem here is that she has refused to answer some basic questions that she should have answered. As I said before, she really ought to have told the country that the reason, or to tell the country, the reason for not forwarding the merit list of nominees. That was critical because it was sent to her. And if she had done as she was required to do, the parliament would have dealt with it. And the parliament would have either accepted the recommendation or not accepted the recommendation in the merit list. And if there were more than one persons, the parliament may very well have appointed somebody from that list. But she refused to answer. And that's the problem. And that is why the leader of the opposition was well within her right to force the hand of the president to respond to that inquiry, which is a legitimate inquiry. The leader of the opposition is the opposition in parliament. And when she is entitled to ask why, because she's in parliament and she has a function in parliament to consider the merit list, and it has been withheld. And she asked the president, could you please tell us why? And the president refuses. Then it's time to take the next step. And that is what they have done. You know, I don't think that there is any more than the basis for bringing the motion. But you don't know the speaker, she may very well rule it out of order and matter done.
So Judge Volney, stick and stay with us, right? We're going to go for a quick station identification and stick and stay. Don't go nowhere. It's in the village with the dark triplet on WZY 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And Judge Volney, when you come back, we want to ask you about your opinion on the Attorney General Faris Al-Wawi. Stick and stay. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
And of course, we're back with you. It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. And we have on the line with us no other than Judge Herbert Volney. So, Judge Volney, what is your opinion? Since you kind of imply that you kind of agreeing with the opposition leader, Mrs. Kamala Persad-Bissessor, that and my words, not your words, that the president should resign. What is your opinion on the Attorney General Faris Al-Wawi?
Stick a pin there.
Stick a pin. All right.
I do not believe that the president should resign.
Okay.
And then stand with clearly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the president has.
You are listening to WZYE LP 95. You're listening to.
Has to be forced to answer a question that the leader of the opposition has posed. And until such time as she responds and she answers it, the leader of the opposition had no other choice but to come this way. And in that regard, I think that it is a legitimate way of getting the answer of why she didn't send the merit list. It may not be, in my view, enough to justify removal of the president, but in that way, if that's the only way that you can get the information, well, do it.
Well, I have two questions. In that, why wasn't the list forwarded? And as it is allegedly somebody intercepted the list from the government, who was that person who intercepted the list, and what was the reason for it?
And Shem, could you repeat that for me?
Yeah, someone says that, Gary says that he believed that who intercepted the list that was sent, and what was the reason for the interception of the list?
I don't know where Gary got his information, but I have no comment on that because I think that the only person to answer this is the president.
Well, that's the question I have for the president, in the fact that it is alleged that the list was intercepted by a high-level government official. And who was that official? And maybe I'll throw another question. And why was the list intercepted?
But Gary, that came from the opposition leader, right?
That is alleged. There is no facts to it. Alleged, right? This hearsay information. We don't have no proof of that. All we're doing is hearing that thing. So I'm asking the question now. The question is towards the president. Is it true that the list was intercepted? And why didn't she forward the merit list?
But Gary, she didn't answer the opposition leader. You think she will answer me?
No, understand this.
Okay.
That it is confirmed that the list was received by the president. It was not intercepted. It was received by the president.
Okay.
But it was not forwarded by the president as she is required to do.
Okay. So the list was received but not forwarded.
Okay, so why wasn't it not forwarded? That's what we need to know from her.
So Judge Volney, do you have in looking into your crystal ball, can you come up with a speculation as to why it wasn't forward?
Well, I don't know if the president was short of toilet paper. You asked me to speculate.
Oh no!
But we do that all the time in Trinidad and Tobago, Judge Volney.
But it is worrying that it was not forwarded.
I have another question for him.
When a public official has a function to perform, and the whole country is waiting for that public official to do the function, and it is not done, it gives rise to a lot of speculation and matters that can easily be cleared up by the public official simply saying what happened. But you see, by doing that, it could well be that the president might put herself in hot water.
Okay.
And she prefers, it might well be, to just say nothing. And it is contextually that way that I understand why Kamala, for whom I have no love, would act the way that she did.
Judge
my own feeling that it was not Dr. Rowley. Dr. Rowley would have in conversation with the president whenever, howsoever, told the president that he's lost confidence. I'm pretty sure that conversation would have arisen in what is a normal thing for the president to entertain the prime minister, weekly, and have their little chats about this and that in the country. Nothing is wrong with that. It's supposed to be done. And I have no doubt that the president knew that Dr. Rowley did not want Gary Griffith to be reappointed. And, he says, Dr. Rowley says that he didn't do anything to influence the process. And I have no reason to disbelieve him. But I do believe that someone else did.
So, Judge,
yes.
I think what happened is that, you're batting right, but you're batting outside your crease. And here's why, right? Michael Rowland coming into bowl because you like cricket. And I know you're a cricket connoisseur. Michael Rowland coming into bowl and you're out of your crease. And you said that the president did receive the list, right? We all agree on that. But I think you stop, while you're out of your crease, you stop there to say that why she didn't forward it to the parliament. And I feel a learned man like you, Judge Volney, has a very, very good sense of why it was not forwarded. But you kind of, you have baton, if you could say that.
Okay. You want me to give you my view? I'll give you my view.
Here we go.
My own view is because Mr. Griffith's name was on the merit list, and a debate in the parliament for the appointment of Mr. Griffith, which would have been popular with the people, because people think that Gary is doing a good job, and rather than chance an ugly situation, somebody got through to the president to say, look, we can't risk this blowing up in our face in an ugly way in any debate. So carry it in the little room and use it.
Oh no. Oh no.
And now that it has to be forwarded, it can't be found because it's been used. You know.
I have a question for you, man.
All right, Gary, hold 1 minute. Gary, Judge, you see what I like about you? And that's why me and you good. You see, you could talk about cricket. I could talk about cricket too. So here what happened? You went back in your crease there and you slap it over the boundary for 8. It have 8 in cricket? It have 8?
No, I sometimes wonder if you play the ball and you run 2 runs, but the fieldsman who is taking the catch goes over the boundary with the ball before it hits the ground, whether that would be 8 runs.
No, that is not 8 runs. That is not 8. That is a 6. That is 6.
Okay, well then there can't be.
No, here it is getting 8. Right?
If you're running 4 runs,
2 forwards.
okay, and there's an overthrow on the last run,
you could run another 4.
but you make the wicket, and the guy sending in the ball, send it so strong it goes to the boundary. That is 8 runs.
Right. I agree with that.
4 overthrows and 4 runs.
Correct is right.
Would you say so?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know it ever happening.
Yeah, me and you on the same page. That's why we're cricket connoisseurs, man.
No, but let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I will always, once the keeper is not over the stumps, I batting outside my stumps.
Oh, yeah, he's a man. Nah, but listen, when it's pace bowling, you can't bat outside your stumps?
Yeah, you can't because there's no keeper over the stumps.
All right. You see, I was just testing you. Yeah, I was just testing you. Gary, what is the question, Gary?
So now that the Judge Kangaloo, I believe her name is, voted that the appointment for acting position was unconstitutional, both McDonald and Griffith position should become null and void. How it is that McDonald Jacob is still acting as police commissioner, and what is our...
Gary, he's the highest ranking, because he's the highest ranking officer.
But it was the...
right now, you know.
Huh? No, he's not acting.
He's not acting right now. Nobody's acting commissioner.
Right, nobody's acting commissioner. He's the highest ranking officer in the police department, in the Trinidad and Tobago police service right now. So he's leading the police service right now.
Under what position?
I'm not sure what was it, Judge Volney. Do you know the title of the position? I saw it, but I don't remember it.
Is it deputy commissioner or is he
deputy commissioner?
He's functioning as deputy commissioner.
Correct.
In that category.
Right. He's not the acting commissioner of police.
And until such time as this is resolved, there are certain functions that he cannot carry out. They just have to wait until somebody is appointed to either act or to. But why must we be looking for anybody to act? We want to get all this behind us. We want somebody to, we want somebody to be appointed. But Paula make wrong use of the paper. And they can't go back and say, well, make a next copy. Because all of them gone.
So Judge Volney, what's your position on the Attorney General?
Let me tell you something. I remember, now going back to section 34, I remember that night in the Senate, listening to Anand Ramlogan for the government and Faris Al-Rawi and for the opposition PNM and Elton Prescott, senior counsel on the independent benches, create section 34 at 1 a.m. in the morning. You see, me, although I piloted the bill, I wanted to go home. I mean, at that hour, I have a young wife. I need to go home to my wife before I go home and somebody driving out of my compound, you know. So all I could remember is that Faris Al-Rawi is brilliant. He's a very good lawyer, as is Anand Ramlogan, who is equally brilliant. And when Al-Rawi became Attorney General, he was very hopeful in my mind that he was able to do the job. But power went to his head. And he forgot that there are such things as the rights of the individual and the freedom of the individual, that there is a supreme law, there is a constitutional law. And he started to circumvent the Constitution by passing this with simple majorities, tricksters, legal trickstering. And after that, I lost confidence in him because I am a serious fundamental rights man. You know, I believe in maintaining the rights of the people and the institutions. And he's gotten sour on the job. He has to go.
I was gonna ask you. So you believe Faris Al-Rawi should go?
I think he should go. I think he should be replaced.
Okay. All right. So somebody in the chat asked that question. So you'll get the answer. I see. That's what I like about Judge Volney. You know, when Judge Volney come in the village, is all kind of pace ball that he taking. You know, he don't like spinning, no? Because he just go down the wicket and he just go down the wicket too slow, so he just get stumped out.
Yeah, I find Faris acting like a Middle East dictator, man.
Wait, all you know what Judge Volney said? Actually, when Judge Volney go and play cricket and he like to play pace, and when he plays spin, he just run down the wicket, but he just move so slow, he just get stumped out, and you agree with me?
I have a question for the judge.
I like the victory of Bravo and the boys.
Yeah, man.
Yesterday, the only thing that I didn't like is that they went yellow.
Judge Volney say, Judge, I like the victory. I was happy for Bravo. Very happy for him. And you know, he sent a little dig at Kyron Pollard, right?
Yeah, he was. Bravo just win 2 championships, you know.
Yeah.
I have a question for the judge.
Hold on, Diana. 1 minute. Go ahead, Judge. Finish.
I finished.
All right, go ahead, Diana.
He stopped. Yes, Judge Volney. With the shadow that is looming over the PSC, and we saw AG Alwari go to the parliament and apologize for a statement he had made in the parliament. We the population looking on, how can the PNM clean up their act of misinformation and division and corruption. How can they convince us now that there's none of these things going on in this current administration?
Well, you know, it's hard for the PNM to have to face these kind of questions as you have raised, because when I compare the administration of Kamla Prasad Bissessa that I was in the earlies until she bust my throat, that administration was so corrupt that Rowley's administration has come across to me as just the opposite, you know, and there's been nothing really that I can say that I have seen that appears to be the kind of measure of corruption that I saw in the partnership government. There is, of course, the water and the oil problem that some judges was without merit. But the PNM does not have to do too much to clean up. I think that the revocation of the appointment of the Attorney General will go a long way towards bringing back the PNM to the people.
So, Judge Volney, just before you go, because we see Mikela Panday is in the background. Miss Mikela Panday, we see you in the background. Give us a few more minutes with Judge Volney. We're going to bring you in. Judge Volney, so you are saying that before you go, you are saying that there's a possibility that the Prime Minister will remove Faris Al-Wali. Is he going to reassign him, or you think he's going to ask for his resignation?
This Prime Minister has no history of removing anyone other than for misbehavior in public office.
Okay.
That is not the problem here with Al-Rawi. Al-Rawi would be a good sacrifice to be made. You know, when you feed meat to hungry dogs, like how I was fed in my time to the crowd when they fired me. So I think that the Prime Minister will shuffle.
Yep.
Will shuffle him out and probably make Stuart Young the Attorney General.
Oh Lord.
So Mr. Volney, before you go, you know, we always ask our guests, if you had to send a message to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, what would be your message to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley?
Open the effing beaches.
Open the beaches.
I need to have a sea bath.
Mr. Volney, it's always a pleasure when you come into the village, man. We have blue flies now in the village, yes, man. Hey, look at fly. A blue fly. Hey, Judge Volney, you said a blue fly all the way up to Jersey here. Any closing words before you go, Judge Volney?
I don't want to infringe on the time of Miss Panday, you know.
Yeah.
So wish her good night for me. And I hope that you have a fruitful conversation with her. She's a very well-rounded young woman.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Judge Volney. It's always a pleasure.
Pleasure.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. So there we have it, folks. No other than I like the blue flies one, you know that. Is Judge Volney say that or somebody in the chat?
There was someone in the chat, I think.
Is someone in the chat say about blue flies?
Blue fly, yeah.
Boy,
But blue flies follow odor, terrible odor.
Yeah,
That was him, man. That was him. He brought that in.
No, yeah, he bought a blue flies, man. He was the one bought a blue fly. I never seen no blue fly in Schumacher Clavante. What was that one? You ever see a blue fly in St. Augustine, Diana?
Plenty.
What boy? It's a middle class blue fly?
Oh my God, blue flies are indigenous to the Caribbean. They'll go wherever odor is, Aunt Slim. I see them in Barbados too.
I just asking, I'm sure.
I see one in New York too.
Let's bring in Miss Mikela Panday. Miss Mikela Panday, are you hearing us?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Good night, everybody.
Okay, I see you decide you don't want to be on camera, huh?
No, I don't know why it's just showing yellow. I don't know why it's when I do the camera, so I stopped it there. All you're seeing is this yellow screen. Are you seeing that or are you seeing me?
Yeah, no, we see the yellow screen. You sure you want to have a yellow screen, Mrs. Panday?
No, I don't want to have a yellow screen at all. No.
I just asking it, right? I want people to get upset with you.
I all my say and everything for you to see me, and I'm trying to see. Let me
go out and come back in. Try to go out and come back in.
Okay, I'll go out and come back. Okay.
All right, go out and come back. Yeah, yes. So, folks, the last thing we went on. Hey, you know, Diana. Nobody is saying that UNC hack. Nobody is saying UNC hack. She's streaming her. You even say that, Diana.
Right?
Me? Didn't say that.
Because UNC is not involved in that. All the bacchanal going on now. Get who in power? Who in power? The PSC collapse. Alwari doing what he like. Rowley buffing people. Whenever you try to bring on Ho Choi Charles, it collapses. It ain't the UNC. It's PNM.
But Ghana, you see, look, Troy Smith. It's
the PNM.
Your Troy Smith saying, answer, you only bring in UNC supporters who not in government. Bring PNM ministers to answer the issue of the dinner. Can you answer Troy Smith, please? Answer Troy Smith.
We have sent plenty invitations to PNM people, and they ain't coming. Right now, I'm going to state it openly. I am courting Mr. Joel Jack to come on the show from Tobago with what's going on over there. And the mayor Port of Spain, yeah.
The mayor and the mayor San Fernando came.
Yes.
Right, so we have been inviting people, you could take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink,
That's right.
Troy Smith. They're going with that one. Troy Smith, you get it for 10 there. There's a 10 you get it for there.
They call you Wall Fly now. Put down your list, Wall Fly.
No, we had that one already. Who called me that one? Wall Fly. We had that one. No, we not that one, Wall Fly.
No, you ain't got that one, Wall Fly.
Who just calling that? Who said that?
Not Skik.
Not Skik. Not Skik.
And he put a fly in. He put a that's the biggest blue fly I ever seen.
Yeah, let's bring back Miss Mikela Panday. Well, I guess something wrong with it, but that's all right, Miss Mikela Panday.
Forgive me for that.
No, that's all right. That's all right. We are just glad to have you in the village show with us on WZY 95.9 FM. And
thank you for inviting me.
Right, in the village here, it's in the village with the dark triplets. So the D is considered to be Diana. Diana is considered to be the storm. A is myself. I am Anselm or Flash or Wall Street, and the G is for Gary. Gary is considered to be the Phantom.
Right. So, okay.
Is it Mrs. Mikela or Miss Mikela Panday?
No, it's my surname. My maiden name is Panday. Yes, Mikela, Miss.
Or Miss Mikela Panday.
Just call me Mikela. It's easier.
Okay. Thank you so very kindly. Because we here in the United States of America, we like to treat all our guests with respect. We don't like to go into name callings and things like that. But Miss Panday, hold on. Let me just do one thing here a minute. Let me just plug in my laptop before it dies on me.
Sure.
So, Ms. Panday, I wanted to play something here, right? This was back in 2020 when you first actually talked about forming your party. And let me just look for it right here. In the meanwhile, Mikela, just tell us what the Patriotic Front is all about, and how is the Patriotic Front going to be different from the other parties in Trinidad and Tobago?
Thank you so much for having me again, Ansem. Yes, obviously the Patriotic Front was formed, which you'll find, or launched, so to say, in 2020 after consultation, more or less throughout the country, and there was a feeling that people were fed up of both choices that they had, and they wanted an option. So we went through the procedure and formed a party, and what we were ideally hoping was to give people representation, because I feel that's what people feel they don't have. To bring new faces also to the political spectrum, not necessarily that people will know, but to also get younger people also involved in the political process. But really and truly, to have a political party that was sort of more from a humanitarian side as opposed to a left or a right, and that really sort of represented people and listened to what their problems were, but really thought that policy should be made based on people's welfare and what was good for them and not the politician. So, because I really do feel that people feel that they only have a voice every 5 years. And sadly, that's why political parties are voted out and not voted in. I wanted, well, the vision really was to find solutions to problems. What you find, you have two political parties that spend quite a lot of their time fighting each other, while the welfare of the people, sort of go by the side. So as you can see, what's happening in Trinidad right now, it's a toing and froing, and I think especially now, we're still in a pandemic, what is classified as a pandemic, and we really need to listen to people, get out there, form policy based on what's best for people. So really, that's what it was. It's a very new party, as you know, and things take time. I know that people tend to form political parties for the sole purpose of contesting elections, which was not what we were doing. So it's a slow process. It's difficult, but we're doing our best.
So I want you to listen to back in 2020. This is what you had to say. I want you to listen to this, okay?
Sure.
Listen to this.
I'm listening.
Okay, hold on. Just a minute. Let me get this right here. Hold 1 minute.
Nation that will unite our peoples of diverse racial, ethnic, religious, and class identities into a force designed to commit our combined energies to forging the much desired dream of building a society in which we can all live and prosper in peace, harmony, and happiness.
So when you hear that, Mikela, I mean, it sounds really outstanding. It sounds fantastic. But give us a little more, of what exactly you was trying to tell the people at that point in time.
I think people in general are fed up of tribal politics. I genuinely think people are. I also feel that we are a small country. We're not a country as big as where you are in the United States. And we can't harm half the population without harming the other, So for me, I thought it was a good time to rid ourselves of tribal politics. And what you will find is that we as Trinidadians live very happily together. Like every other country, we've got our problems. But I found that politicians themselves, especially at election time, really try to push that tribal politics and race card, and it's horrific, and it does nothing to help anybody else. So when people were going to be, and when we wanted people to join the Patriotic Front and contribute to the Patriotic Front, it had to be on meritocracy, not where you lived or the color of your skin or geography, that kind of thing. And I don't think that's a bad vision to have. Trinidad is a small country, and I believe that most people want that. I don't think it sits well. We will always have people, who will enjoy that kind of antagonism, but especially, and I can tell you because I'm in contact with younger people, we don't see things like that, don't want that. The issues that perhaps may have existed in the past, young people want to move past that, and that's really what I meant.
So Mikela, how do you get away from people saying that you are riding on your father's back because your father was such an instrumental prime minister in Trinidad and Tobago? How do you get away from that stigma that people want to put on you and saying that you're just trying to ride on your dad's back?
Oh my goodness. I wouldn't be the first, let's put it that way. Okay, but of course not. I'm not riding on my father's back. Of course, my name is Panday. I also don't look at it as sort of walking in his shadow, because as you said, he was a very influential prime minister, so that's more so walking in his life. But like everybody else whose parent who has the same profession or follows in their parents' footsteps, so to say, what happens is, of course, you're going to see that whether your parent is in the media or in show business or in politics, you're always going to get that. That to me is so minuscule and unimportant. I don't put too much focus on that. People are going to say that. Detractors are going to say things. I need to focus on what I think is best, and I think my father obviously is a great influence, but I do have a mind of my own. And obviously, in time, as people see more of me and hear more of me, they will, I will be able to sort of form my own identity, as everybody does. But it's not an issue that drags me on the ground at all. No, not at all. I think I'm probably one of the only politicians who hasn't ridden my father's back.
Now, Mikela, you also talked about property tax back then, and you went back to 2009, and you talked about between 2010 and 2015, the UNC had a great opportunity with respect to property tax, but they did the same thing. And when the PNM came into power, the PNM basically did the same thing, they just kicked the can down the road. How are you, in this climate here, how is your party going to deal with something like property tax? Or would your party deal with something like property tax? Or what is your policy on property tax?
Well, first, to begin with, when we said, and the Patriotic Front called for the repeal of the 2009 Act, we continue to say that. Absolutely, of course. Now, the issue, as we have continuously said, and I think most people agree with, property taxes is a new thing. In Trinidad and Tobago, we had the land and building taxes. So, of course, it was called property tax in 2009. In 2009, I said the same thing that I'm saying in 2021. This particular act is very draconian, saying to people that you're going to seize their property if they miss a certain amount of payments, etc., etc. It's just absolutely ridiculous. When you take that and combine it into the fact that people in Trinidad and Tobago do not have food to eat. I know that because I spent 3 months after people throughout Trinidad and Tobago contacted me via social media and telephone, personally going through Trinidad and Tobago, every constituency, because people called from every constituency to deliver food hampers. It is insane to want to do that at this time. Also, the issue is, I'm not sure how America works, but I'm using a system similar to ours, Westminster system, when we look at Britain, for example. When you have a property tax, that is to assist local governments to improve local services, garbage collection, sanitization, that kind of thing. It isn't there to be taken to put into the consolidated fund. So it's a huge argument and discussion, and I think that act needs to go. I think now is not the time to impose any other taxes on the public. I really don't. I really don't. We need, like, if it was a family, for example, and a dad or a mom had lost their job, you know, you've got to cut back on certain things, you know, because your available income is less. So of course, cut back on things, realize what you need to prioritize: food, water, clothing, shelter. Many people in Trinidad and Tobago have lost their homes. A couple of weeks ago, I was speaking to this lovely lady. She's 56, independent woman, lost her home. She was on the street and asking me if I could find, you know, if because all the shelters are now full as well, you know, if I could help her in any way possible. So in Trinidad, we have what I would describe as a new poor. People who've been terribly affected, and I'm not saying that is the government's fault by COVID-19. Of course not. We saw it happen throughout the world, but I think it is distasteful. It is not the right thing to do at this time, to impose any other tax on the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and that's my position, and that's my party's position.
Mikela, I have a question for you. This is Diana. How are you doing?
Hi, Diana. I'm fine, thank you.
Great. So they delivered a deficit budget.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what I've read so far in economics is whenever a government is in that position, one of many ways they can fill that loophole, that deficit loophole, is taxation or borrowing. Yes. How do you propose Trinidad and Tobago will can meet or buffer that deficit, that 16.4 billion, I believe it is, without taxing the people or going to borrow?
Well, that's a very, very, very simple answer. Cut out the waste, corruption, and mismanagement.
That easy.
That's the answer. It's that easy. It is that easy, because this is what the problem has been in Trinidad and Tobago, whether it is with our companies or at the top, or the public service companies, or whether it's WASA or TNTech and that kind of thing. Yes, but you said it correctly when you said one of the many ways that people that governments do it is that they tax people. Yeah, one of many ways. That's exactly what we're saying. Trinidad and Tobago, for example, has not looked seriously, or no government has looked seriously at diversifying this economy, because all that happens is we wait for oil and gas boom or some kind of fluctuating oil prices and oil prices to go up. That's what it is. So until then, the easiest way is, well, we'll tax people. We'll tax people. We haven't looked at diversification in a serious way. We haven't looked at other industries in a serious way. We haven't looked at manufacturing. We haven't looked at tourism, albeit we are in COVID-19, but we haven't even looked at agriculture. We have a food import bill of 5.6 billion TT dollars. Billion TT dollars a year. A year. We are not able to feed ourselves. Yet we have some of the most arable lands and we can plant anything. We have never invested properly in agriculture. And not only to be able to feed ourselves, but even as a commodity that you can export right in, even if not to the United States, but right here to the Caribbean. So surely as a government, there must be other ideas that you must have, besides to simply say, I'm going to tax people.
So go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, Mikela, how you doing? This is Gary Mahabir.
Hi, Gary.
Yeah, so what I saw, to my understanding, and I saw happen a lot in Trinidad and Tobago, is that the government kind of suppressed the agricultural industry. They never really worked with them. There was a lot of political spite. I don't think I don't think they really have done anything to really assist the agriculture industry. I've seen the farmers oppressed for water, for arrested for taking simple things as water out of the rivers. And this is something water can be recirculated. Your water plant goes right back into the river. So this is what I saw as part of our problem. And also, I mean, it would have been sensible to create a mass, they invest in the agriculture industry to create a mass amount of food production to bring down the cost of living. That would have been my suggestion. I mean, if the people have food, I mean, that's one problem taken care of there, but they don't even, the government has operated so arrogantly from day one. They crippled the economy from the entrance of government in 2015. You saw the arrogance and you saw investors leaving the country.
But in 2010 to 2015, what happened with agriculture then as well? I mean, so for me, it's two parties doing one and the same thing, and almost can be interchangeable if you couldn't see what they looked like or knew what the name of the party was, because agriculture has been treated so badly, and farmers. And when I say agriculture, I am not limiting to, for example, just food supplies to planting. Let's look at the fishing industry. We live on an island. You look at the fishing industry. You look. Okay, if land is not a problem, but people now are talking hydroponics, aquaponics, going up, all sorts. Nobody does anything, and we have $5.67 billion a year where profiteers simply import food to sell. That's not a business person. Farmers don't have access roads. Exactly what you said. But this didn't happen just the other day. This has been happening for years. Wassa owns all the water, so they take a pump in the middle of the night at the farmers, and they try to steal some water from the river. I was doing a case for one of these farmers actually in Tunapuna, and yes, they seized his pump, etc., etc. My point is, nobody speaks about agriculture in terms of it's profitable. We are able to feed ourselves, control it. That will help control the prices, all sorts of things. And it's not happening. And like I say, I don't think that any one blame can be put in any one place. I think I didn't see anything happen to agriculture from 2010 to 2015, 2015 to 2020, and now we see in 2021, 2022 budget, it's the same thing. You talk about giving farmers 300 million, subsidy. Did they get the 500 million in the last budget? The farmers will tell you no.
Well, Mikela, when you look at the budget, right, the agriculture got an additional $51 million. Don't you think that's a step in the right direction?
To do what? How do we know that? Where is it? Okay, agriculture, let's say for the last 19 years, 100 and something billion dollars. Where has it gone? Where has investment gone? Giving and allocating and saying, yes, I'm going to throw money at something doesn't solve the problem. Also, agriculture got some more money to do what? To help the farmers. What are we doing about food importation? What are we doing? What exactly? So to say that money has been allocated and simply leave it there, something's going on down the line.
Can it help cut our import bill or food import bill?
Well, I don't know why. It depends. I mean, there are people who say that, food importers are party financiers. So would the 51 million help in that? If there's no political will regardless to do it, well, no.
I have a question for you, Mikela, again, just to shift the territory we're in.
Mm-hmm.
On the Tobago issue of autonomy, what are your thoughts? What is your position?
I don't think that a political party or Trinidadian or whoever we say should tell Tobagonians what to do. Does anybody know what Tobagonians want? Has there ever been any kind of referendum? Has there ever been any kind of consultation to see what Tobagonians want? Not what Tobagonian politicians want, but what the Tobagonian people want. Well, that's what I would do. I would say what it is that people want, and not to rush consultation. Talk to people. We don't sit. We sit in Trinidad and we say, "Oh yes, we're going to give them autonomy because they want that, and we're going to get devolve power and that kind of thing." But what do the people in Tobago want? Surely they should have a say.
My sentiments exactly.
So
that's my belief.
So Mikela, right? Some people say, and you know, there's always some kind of old talk in Trinidad and Tobago. You know how it goes, but sometimes you just have to ask these questions, right? But let me ask a question first. Mikela, let's think about it. Let's look into the future, right? And let's say the patriotic fronts. Now, are you going to put up 41 candidates in the next coming election? Are you going to run in the local election? Are you going to have candidates for the local election?
Let me answer the first question first. Obviously, there's the general election, which is in 2025. So yes, I don't feel that a political party putting up less than 41 candidates means anything else than to perhaps be a spoiler, and that's not my purpose. People have said, why didn't you go at least up for one seat? What does one seat in the parliament actually do? Of course, St. Vincent, that was different. But no, I think that is the right thing to do, because if you don't put up 41 seats, you're beginning by saying you don't think that you can win. And if you don't think you could win, I don't know why you're contesting in the first place. And then, of course, you have the issue where, as we saw, some political parties, the UNC, I think it was, not the PP, did not contest Tobago. So, those kinds of things, that's not my view. Obviously, local government election is constitutionally due, if I get it right, 2022, perhaps either November or December. Yes, that is something that we are looking at. Again, if we are a new party, and if there are people, and there have been people who have come up to us and who has approached us and said, listen, we'd like to fight, if they are there for the right reason and can properly represent people locally, yeah, why not?
So, Mikela, since some people there are many people in Trinidad and Tobago who like the improvement, I say a perception of improvement, under the former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith. I call it the perception of improvement, because under Gary Griffith, his watch, the second highest murder rate in the history of Trinidad and Tobago was under Gary Griffith. And not only that, the third highest murder rate Gary Griffith shared with another commissioner of police. Is it possible that we can see Gary Griffith as part of the Patriotic Front?
What? You caught me off. I love that question, because you caught me off.
I'm just asking.
This is so funny, right? Because normally and this is just a fun side note. Normally, what happens is I know where a question's going, and I can, you do enough interviews and you can kind of predict it. And I thought, okay, yes, I know where this is going. I know, yes, this is such a good question. And then I had something totally different. I don't feel Gary Griffith may want to join the Patriotic Front. And let's leave it there. I don't think so. But
if he does do it, Mikela, if he decides he wants to be, because Gary Griffith is a firebrand, if he decides that he wants to join the Patriotic Front, you're the leader, you're the current leader.
He could go to our website, he could fill out a membership form. Everybody, it's open to absolutely everybody. You can't speak unity and close the doors. But I somehow I don't think so. I hear he's doing something of his own.
So Mikela, listen to this, right? Listen to this. This is what somebody in the chat say, right? He says, Wall Street, what an imbecile question. No, that's okay. We put things on the table.
Which one?
No, the question I asked you with respect to Gary Griffith. What an imbecile. Well, I'm thinking that Hollowfield It's a fella in the chat named oh no, it's Swallowfield. My bad. Swallowfield.
I like his name. I like his name. Swallowfield. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Swallowfield. Sometimes my reading glasses don't see things too right. You know,
I
so
know.
Swallowfield only says, they call me worship. What an imbecile question, right? And
There you go.
so think about this, right, Mikela? Right? The question is such an imbecile question that you get a big chuckle out of it.
I laughed at it because I thought it was so serious. It was such a serious. We were talking about the murder rate, and then all of a sudden, I thought, what?
Yeah, I was play cricket, so I was bring some in-swingers out
some
tonight.
curveballs.
Correct is right. You know, in addition to that, Mikela, some people may say that the reason why Mikela Panday formed the Patriotic Front is because she fell out with the UNC, and she actually wants to take votes away from the UNC, you know, in any upcoming, you know, general election. What do you say about that?
If I wanted to do that, I must really be bored and have nothing to do because it's a lot of effort to simply do that. I don't think the UNC needs any help to lose an election. They lost the last one, I think 13 or 14 altogether, I think what somebody from their party was saying. I don't bother about these things, you know. If I wanted to do that, I could have done that in 2020. I'm not interested in doing that. You don't form a political party to harm somebody else, or it defeats the entire purpose of why a political party should be formed in the first place. I think the PNM might have to be worried as well. You never know. It's a when you say things, not you, Ansem, but I say you in the plural form.
No, I understand.
When they say things like that, you're actually insulting voters and saying that they don't have a mind. There's the automatic stereotype that people will only vote for me if they are a certain race. I think that in itself is ridiculous and perpetuates and shows just how tribal politics is entrenched in some people's minds. Why? Are you saying that PNM people will not vote for me? So the only people that will vote for me in Trinidad and Tobago would be UNC people, because that's the only people that we hear anybody talking about splitting their votes. And people's votes belong to them. It does not belong to any politician or any party. So that is not their vote that I am going to split. It is people, and people will turn around and say, I want to vote for this person. That's theirs. Nobody owns the UNC vote, or nobody owns the PNM, don't own the people's vote. I find it very insulting to people. And I heard the UNC themselves saying that, which is ridiculous. Stop insulting the voters and thinking perhaps certain people in the party think like that. But I give the voters some credit.
And that is what I've been saying, Mikela. I've been preaching on here. I do not support any party in Trinidad and Tobago. I've never voted there. But if they give me back my ID card, I know who I am voting for. But anyway, I told I keep preaching it to the Trinbagonian citizens. Identify as a Trinbagonian and not a party affiliate. Stop with that. And that is and when you exercise your right as a Trinbagonian, then you make the incumbent, whoever they might be, work when you when you put them in the office. Then they will perform. But if they know that historically Area A is going to vote a certain way, they're not going to give you the services that you deserve.
And they don't on both sides of the political spectrum. They don't. You just have to go and see. I live here. I know what the south of Trinidad, I lived my entire life in the south of Trinidad, and I can tell you, so you've got the south, I work in the north and in central, and the what we call the seats, what they call them, safe seats, so like, people are treated the worst, the absolute worst. And you wonder sometimes, you know, think a little bit. But you see where the marginal seats are, all the work goes. Because there are people who will swing their vote. They will turn around and say, yes, I did have such La Hocketa Paro is one such seat like that. And one time it was UNC under Giants Mungo, then the UNC went and they lost it under the, and then, you know, and it goes back and forth because people look and say, well, listen, are you working for me? Has my life improved? And if you any single time, it's almost, you have to really wonder sometimes if something goes wrong in a place called Greenville, that is in a marginal La Hocketa Paro, I think every single politician goes down. I'm sure all 41 at some stage will go. If right in South, in some of, whether it is the Prime Minister or the leader of the opposition, own constituency, something happens, you wonder, you say, okay, you know, flooding, loss of livelihood, the farmers, of course. So you're all right, ma'am, and I support what you say 100%.
Because you're seeing it played out in Tobago right now, where, you know, we had a very notable lady on the show. You know, they're trying to hand out trinkets. I mean, for lack of a better word, they're trying to hand out trinkets to woo the voters. You see, but you know, I say the PDP did very well because they gained additional seats from the last time, so one can expect a growth again. So you know, I keep saying vote country, and stop with the party thing. And if you, I always use my favorite insect. I always a batty mamzelle. If you put a batty mamzelle in there and they're not performing, vote it out and put a crapola in.
Correct.
That's it. That's stop with this tribal thing.
People power. You
Top
have
of the hour,
power.
Ansel.
So both Diana and Mikela. Mikela, can you stay with us for a little bit? We gotta go for a quick station identification. It's in the village with the dark triplets and WZY 95.9 FM. We're gonna go for a short station ID. We'll be right back after this short message. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
So we're back with you. It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. And we have with us tonight, you know, the leader of the Patriotic Front, Ms. Mickela Panday. And Mikela, it was a kind of a statement from the chat, right? I want you to react to this statement. It says, Mikela, the only reason people will vote for you is because they are disgusted with the PNM and UNC. Do you believe that?
Well, that's good, isn't it?
That's why I asked you.
That'd be great. I hope so.
No, Mikela, a next thing, right? Is it possible that you could merge with a party like the PEP party?
You know, I don't see anything wrong with coalitions and that kind of thing. In fact, before this last election, we were in talks with about 13 parties, and many of them formed very, you know, recently, as was mine. You have to want the same thing. You have to have the same vision. You have to begin on that premise. You see all kinds of things happening with coalitions. And when the coalition happens after the election, nobody knows what to do. And whether sometimes it falls apart openly, other parts it falls apart behind closed doors. Of course, we're open to speak with anybody, but you have to start on the premise that you want the same thing and you have the same vision for the country. I'm not actually sure what is happening with the KP though, because I think their leader had resigned, and I'm not too sure, but they have wonderful young people in there who really gave it a good shot during the last election, and I just have so much respect and admiration for what they did. I really, really did. But I'm not too sure what's going on, because any given day, the leader does something else. It's a bit crazy sometimes. But yeah, lovely, really good young people. And like I say, you can't speak unity and close doors.
So, Mikela, as you go forward, what's next for the Patriotic Front?
Well, we continue to build party membership, but also to let people know a bit more about the party, about our policies and where we stand on things. So just actually a couple of weeks ago, I started a show on YouTube that I also put on Facebook, just bringing people from, whether it's different parties, whether it's, different sectors and things, to sit down, discuss things, try to find solutions for problems, also from a humanitarian point of view, because that's what people need right now. People don't need the fighting and the quarreling and the continuous angst. People need solutions. They don't just need criticism of the government, which you're entitled to do. But I think, there's nothing I can come up and really say to criticize, whether it's the government or the opposition, that somebody in Trinidad hasn't said already. So more to look towards solutions for the people, and however, in our little way, without actually having electoral power at this time, however we can help, we're there, and we're there for the long haul.
So, Mikela, do you think former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith got a raw deal?
I can't say, because I don't think anybody can say, because do we know the truth? I don't even know myself. I don't like to comment on things of which I don't know what exactly happened, when it happened, and things like that. I mean, look, we have a process. I don't know how, to be honest, I struggle myself to keep up sometimes with all the different things that's happening, and this court case is coming and all kinds of things. Look, there is a process. Just do the process, follow the process in a timely manner. We would not even be in this position to even be talking about who should have been acting and whether the acting appointment was correct, and take it to court and then ask me. I mean, surely we know when somebody's term is going to be up. Surely we know the procedure that needs to be followed. Surely we should have followed it, but we're not even in this situation. I look at the bigger picture, not whether A, B, C, D got a wrong deal. Now we see what's happening is that the opposition is looking to remove the president. I just think any kind of instability in a very shaky time is not what we need. So that's just my really humble point of view. My position is, look, Madam President, please, come out, make a statement. There must be other ways in which to do things, as opposed to we're going to spend all this parliamentary time that what we should have really been doing was debating the budget and holding people to account, which unfortunately fell apart because, I just don't know what I always say. When you do something, ask yourself, what is the aim? What is the objective? And what do I hope to achieve? And how many things that happen, I sit back and wonder, what you hope to achieve? I just think, tell the people the truth. Trinidadians are very understanding people. We extremely tolerant as well, because you look at what happens in other countries when half this nonsense goes on. But I think we're all adults enough to just sit down and get this thing right. Move on. Crime is going up in Trinidad all the time. Do I feel safer after billions of dollars have been spent? No, I don't. All the missing people, everything, and it's worse now. So I think priorities need to be revised.
Mikela, last question. Do you believe that the budget was the budget was pro business and anti citizens, or it's a mixture of both?
I just think the budget was exactly what it always is, a bag of promises, and that we hope everybody kind of hopes to see some kind of delivery. Does anything change when $50-something billion is gonna be spent? Is anybody gonna say next year at this same time that things have changed in any way possible? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, you come and you make, you give all these allocations. We don't even know. There's no accountability in how money is spent. There's no transparency. We continue to go into debt without having any kind of plan. We're still in COVID, but we don't seem to be caring about any recovery plan. Those are kind of things that I would want to care as a citizen. So would things change? Well, we can hope.
Well, Mikela, we want to say thank you so very kindly for joining us. It's always a pleasure. But before you go, we ask all our guests this question. If you had to send a message to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, what would be your message to the Prime Minister?
Please put the people first. Please put the people first. People need leadership, and good leadership now than we've probably ever done. Just listen to the people and put the people first. That would be all I could humbly advise.
Mikela, we want to thank you so very kindly for taking the time to join us. Closing words before you go.
Thank you very much for inviting me. And it's been very, very enjoyable. And I hope to be on again. And if I had any closing words, it would just be to my fellow citizens, you know, we can overcome anything that we put our minds to, and hopefully one of those things would be that we would stop this tribal voting and work together as a unit and make the Trinidad and Tobago that we all deserve.
So, Mikela, thank you so very kindly, and
you,
enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you for joining us.
You've been very kind. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Bye-bye, Gary. Bye, everybody.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you. All right. So, folks, let's try something here, right? We're going to try something here. Let's see. Let me see this. Let me try this. Let's see if we take a few calls, what happens, right? I'm gonna just try this because oh, that's kind of small, man. Yeah, the WhatsApp number is 973-868-1444. 973-868-1444. Let me see this. I got to make that bigger. We're gonna try and see what happens, but we're just gonna try this. Right? If you want to call us, we're gonna try WhatsApp at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. All right. Let's go back to the chat, Diana. Diana.
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Ralph 007. Let's welcome in Ralph 007 to the chat. I think this is the first time Ralph joining us, right? Diana and Gary.
Yeah, never seen him before.
Yeah, I think Swallowfield. I think Swallowfield was here before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Ralph 008 is new.
So I think what she's saying and the foundation she's is building upon is what the country's calling for, basically. You know, a lot of people are fed up with the tribal politics, and you know, I mean, I think she has a good opportunity. It will take some time. You know,
but Gary, people don't want tribal politics, boy. But you know, people feel that, and I don't feel this, and somehow when you hear Mikela Panday, people just cut out the Mikela and just leave the Panday.
Right? Yeah, that would take some time. Because
and they're not looking at her policies. They're just looking at she's a Panday.
But you know, the thing about it is the population is saying that he was the best prime minister that they ever dealt with. You know?
No, he wasn't better than Manin, man.
He wasn't better than Manin?
No.
Debatable, debatable.
We're taking
No,
care
that's
of
not
the people.
debatable. That's not debatable.
Well,
Your
no, the
parents do
people are
what?
saying he is.
Not
Yeah,
me.
you know.
I
You know,
didn't.
so
I didn't know
it's
that. I heard from
debatable
the
then.
people.
If you take a poll in Trinidad, I'm sure they have taken a poll.
And mostly
right?
from your area. Mostly
No.
from your area. Saying you want the better prime minister. It's your people. It's your people that saying he's the better prime minister than them.
Hit him, Gary. Hit him. Hit him.
It's not central and South people
But
saying that.
Look. Hit him. Hit him for
But look. Rajvi says, Manin. Rajvi, meaning
so
arts.
it's,
I mean,
it's debatable, Anselm.
Diana, if we are looking at facts, facts in Trinidad and Tobago, Manin was a step ahead of Basdio Panday.
I think did Basdio Panday go to jail for something? Okay, so I think that may have tarnished his reputation. But you know, from what I hear, I hear both Banning and Panday, because there was a picture where both of them were holding hands and their hands were held up high. It showed unity.
They were friends and schoolmates.
Yeah, it showed the unity. But you don't see that with these two establishments right now. So that is why it is debatable. You will hear some people say Manning. You will hear some people say Panday.
No,
because
that's
of that front that the both of them showed.
It is they were good friends because they went to the same school.
Well,
I believe both of them went to Presentation College.
And they did not bring that toxic, acrimonious thing into
there was no hate. There was no hate.
So whoever call, hold up. Hello, caller, you're on WZY 95.9 FM. Where are you calling us from?
Blessed good night, Anselm. This is Lana. Tell me, I'm the first person to get you the WhatsApp call, please.
Lana, you're the first person to get you the WhatsApp call.
Welcome, Lana. Welcome. Let's hear it.
Ring the bell, boy. Ring the bell. Where the bell going? How to get the bell, boy? How to get the bell?
Bling, 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 bling.
You're the first one to get you the WhatsApp call. You're live and direct. How are you? Yeah, we ain't it. We ain't policeman. Tell the police you're listening to in the village to the dark triplets. They go let you go, man.
Good night, mother. Oops.
You there?
PNM hijacked your phone again.
You see, the UNC hijacked your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we hear you back. We hear you. So Lana, talk us. Lana, you made history in the village, yeah? You're the first.
You want to send a link? You want to send a link?
No, because
maybe she's not ready to come on, Gary. Women, you know, we have to prick you up. One day we'll bring her in as a co-host.
Yeah. Lana, we have to bring you in as a co-host because you make record today in the village. You're the first one. We just trying the WhatsApp thing and the WhatsApp thing work. Yeah. Little run honor. Lana says she get you.
So, Lana, what do you think?
Come on, Ron. Yeah, make a call.
Lana, Gary said, what do you think about Mikela Panday? What's your opinion?
To tell you the honest truth, I think you should only have 2 parties. And 99 parties, they make no sense. They make no sense. No new party come out, you know.
So you but Lana, why people should only have two choices? You know?
No, well, anyway, all the rest we have 100 something party in Trinidad and Tobago. And all the other party, when they come out and they go, they get 0. No.
Well, that's true too.
Some of them 5, some of them get 12.
Yeah, it's a 2-horse race, but I'm just saying, what do you think of the policy and?
Yeah, well, we have to wait and see because we know the Patriotic Front is coming. We know the Pepto-Bismol Party coming.
TTDF.
Yeah, TTDF is coming. You know, so Lana, we want to congratulate you, and we put you down in history in the village. Eh? You are the first person to call us on the WhatsApp line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little one Hona mad for hell. He putting all kind of thing in the chat. He vexed too bad. Look, even Nadia said Lana nice. you jump in early o'clock.
All right, come on, Ron. Give us a call now. She's going.
Give my chance. Let me come up and then run. Come on now. We want to hear run.
All right, Nana. Thank you so very kindly. Take care. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right. Little Ron Horner, go and sit in your corner. So listen to this. Ron, you can't beat Takesha. You can't beat Nadia. You can't beat Haley. You can't beat Breadstick. You can't beat Wolverine. You can't beat Carrot Cake. You can't beat Nuts Cake. You can't beat Pumpkin Cake. You can't beat Nizam Mohammed. You know, you can't beat Claudia. Melissa Phillip, welcome. You can't beat Rajvi. You can't beat Rose. You can't beat Vonnie Roberts. You can't beat. You can't beat nobody. You're like a boomerang.
He said that
everybody beating you.
He said that how you only the Flash when you're running against turtles.
Against turtles?
Is Takesha here tonight?
Yeah. Takesha was in early o'clock tonight.
Takesha, call in.
Takesha beat Little Ron Horner. Think he was beating Nadia and Takesha. They slap him left, right, and center. Pop. Go in your corner, Little Ron Horner.
He said that is why you are called the Flash. You run with turtles.
Oh God! Hey, Vonnie Roberts, I'm gonna call Google. No, Google say coming on the show. We bringing in Google on the show. And all the listener, Troy Smith say this, right? But we ain't getting no PNM people on the program, right? But listen, all you watch it, because it had a fella by the name of Paulie. All you remember Paulie?
Yeah.
P.S.
Yeah, P.S.
Yeah. Hey, look at new person, boy. Neville Warner. All you say about Neville Warner. No, I think Neville was here before, you know.
No, I don't think so. I don't remember that name. Unless he was here when I was here.
So, folks, we start a little thing tonight. We have our WhatsApp line now. We go put them on the screen nice and big so Ron could see it, because he had to go and put on the reading glasses, you know, and because he not too well versed in certain things. Darren Prasad, welcome. Neville Warner, that is the problem, because it's just what the 1% controllers want.
Anselm, you and Gary take it a minute.
Yeah, all right. Listen to this, right? Let's go to a little bit of video. We had to get a little video here tonight. So we're doing two things here. Let's bring in. So guys, you know the trouble that there's a back and forth between Mrs. Kamla Prasad Besessa and the AG, right? So let's listen to the AG first, responding to Ms. Kamla Prasad Besessa, and then let's take another call. Hello, caller, you're on WZY 95.9 FM. Where are you calling us from?
Yes, Mr. Walsh, this is Mr. Troy Smith, sir.
Troy Smith, how are you going, my friend?
Good, sir, good.
Well, you're inside. Even you on all beat Little Ron Horner.
Oh, gosh, Ron, boy. Ron, boy. You know how it goes.
Yeah, even you on all. So, Troy Smith, talk to us. What do you want to talk to us about tonight?
Well, boss, all I could say right now was the place in Hamas right now. I find Trinidad going the way it's supposed to be going. It's going down. We're going down a serious bad road right now. I tell you, looking too good. I don't think anybody could say it looking good.
When you say we're going down a bad road, what do you mean?
I mean, the politicians and them, we just only hearing talk, and actions them being done. The actions and them we, as citizens, need to see we're not getting it. It being unfair.
And what type of change you think we need to see?
Well, the changes that I would like to see is that the poor can have what they need to have, you understand? Which is like, for instance, like having freedom. You see, freedom. That is what God gave us. I mean to say, right? It's answer, man. At the end of the day, they're trying to take away everything from us. Freedom. And we can't. I mean to say, this is what making all of us as being human beings.
And you think that if you change, things will get better. If you change parties, things will get better.
Yeah, well, parties, I ain't seen it like that, sir, because I mean to say since 1978, since I born, I mean to say it's all kind of different party, but the only party I know is PNM and UNC. You understand? All the other parties was way behind. If they get food, they get plenty.
You think
at the end of the day is PNM or UNC.
You think the Pepto-Bismol party have any chance? You think the Pepto-Bismol party have any chance?
I ain't here, boss.
You think the Pepto-Bismol party have any chance?
I don't think so now. I don't think they have a chance at all. Pepto-Bismol, what do they call that? I'm not telling you, me know nothing about them thing. I only know about UNC and PNM. That's all I only know about in this country. And what's he trying to do? He trying to fight right now. He trying in the fight right now. As a black man. But all the rest, I don't find, I ain't hearing good ideas from them.
But Troy, so Troy, before you go, why do people vote party as opposed to ideas in Trinidad and Tobago?
Why do vote on party?
Yeah, party as opposed to ideas.
Boss, I believe in that generation thing, you know. I feel it comes from our grandparents and all of them, and I feel it's that way it come from, and this is where I see it. We younger generation now, we have to break this curse. This curse, it doing us nothing, it giving us nothing. From since that time to now, I mean to say, we just working harder and harder every day. We ain't getting eased up off of nothing. From since that time, since I knew myself going primary school, I never see my parents and get eased up.
All right, Troy, man. We thank you for calling in, man. It's always a pressure, you know. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell Ms. Diana, I say, good wishes in the night.
All right, take care.
All right, boss.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, well, we want to hear from them, man. Any kind of information, any evidence they can bring.
Yeah. Well, we put the number. We put the number in the chat because we venturing into a new phase here at WZY 95.9 FM, and also we're going to be giving out the lines in here too. I mean, we had all these lines and all kind of thing, but we just we want to thank Judge Volney though. It's Judge Volney which allow us. I just tried something here because I've been trying to get the engineer to come in here in order to deal with this WhatsApp thing, but folks, again, the number is 973-868-1444. That's nice. Tikisha, I saw you. Try calling back, Tikisha. I saw you. Right. So folks, let me read some things in the chat here again. Okay, where's that?
People calling. We want to hear from you. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
We want to hear from you. What kind of number is that? Yeah. Lana, you beat all of them. Nuts cake and fruit cake. Fruit cake? Is that somebody named Fruit Cake? Hey, Lana? Gary, is that somebody named Fruit Cake?
I can't watch the chat because I'm using one device right now.
Okay. Wait now. Muni Pasad, Ram Pasad? Who's waste that time? Muni Pasad. I think that was new,
Waste of time.
Yeah, who's that?
Whatever. I have no idea who's they're talking about.
Kurtasia said they're telling you to do more. Kurtasia, boy, Chumaka Kini house, boy. Chumaka Kini house. They're telling you to do more with less, but they're living it up. I know joking. Yeah, I know joke, man. Wean yourself off the government, boy.
Yep.
That's the first thing the man tell the people.
Wean yourself off the government.
First thing he tell the people.
Not skate, you're not skate. WhatsApp giving trouble. But you go and put some money on your phone, eh? Your phone run out of money. You know, you don't have internet, you know, you have alternate.
Oh.
You have a phone with alternate.
Oh, not
Is internet you're supposed to get?
one.
Not alternate. You have alternate and you're talking. There's a moment say you want to see the mind of the people change. I agree with you. Me disagree with that. Yeah. Yeah, he called me dumb too though. He called me all kind of name. WhatsApp free.
Like a new one, dumb wall.
Yeah. WhatsApp free, but your phone can't make the call. Just imagine that. Ask yourself that question. Hey, when you have I don't have understand, no. Hey, let me call Kingsley and see, boy. Let me call Kingsley. Hold on, eh? Let me call Kingsley to get a update of what's going on in the beat. Hold on, eh? What's it called, Kingsley or Aisha?
Call Aisha first.
Let me call Aisha.
Yeah, I'm my best friend.
All I calling Aisha. Aisha Wells. I don't know if she go pick up the phone, boy. I'm calling Aisha Wells. Aisha Wells, you're on WZY 95.9 FM. You are on air, Aisha Wells. So I want you to know that you are on air.
Night, everyone.
So Aisha Wells, some of the people here, the 3 people we have online, Aisha Wells, they want to know.
No, the 3 followers. The 3 followers.
The 3 followers we have online, Aisha Wells. They want to know, Aisha Wells. They want to know how come they haven't seen a video with Aisha Wells in the Beatum trying to deal with the shitty situation in the Beatum.
Well, I am not employed in that department. I don't have any experience in that field. However, I do understand that the situation is being addressed. I've been liaising with members of the community. I spoke directly with people who were in contact with the law. So I know that the BTM is getting the situation addressed to Wall Street.
Aisha Wells, I saw Anderson today in a video. I saw Anderson today in a video with God Christopher. And they were showing 11th Street and 9th Street and all them street, Aisha Wells. And the street of them still black water. How do you say the situation getting addressed?
Well, the problem on the BTM is not one you could solve overnight, Wall Street.
The
BTM is on, how to put it, they're in a situation where they are surrounded by sewers. That is no secret. So it's going to take a lot of, as I said, I'm not a professional in this field. It's going to take a lot of work and finance to have the situation fully addressed. But I know they are doing all they could. One of my suggestions was to relocate the people from the BTM and, of course, do all the work they need to carry out. And if the people choose to come back after a period of time, fine. But, everything is a process.
But Aisha, don't you think in 2021, Aisha, that this type of thing is unacceptable?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I said in 2021, don't you think
I didn't hear you. Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, don't you think in 2021, these sort of things happening to some of the most disadvantaged people in Trinidad and Tobago is unacceptable?
No, I'm not. have to remember, before Beatum was Shantytown. And not a lot of development, unfortunately, have taken place to improve the roads, the sewage, or the infrastructure in the area, and I'm not exactly sure why. So this type of thing was expected.
But I said, well, I call your name today on TC and Heavy program, and
yeah, I hear it.
Yeah. I call you because you know me and his friends. You just call my name and I just call your name.
You know I had to respond to you on Monday.
I asking you. I'm gonna ask you now. I said, well, how come you don't talk about the 3 buildings in Chumaka Clavantil has been unpainted for 15 years? And the 1 building has been abandoned in Chumaka Clavantil for a decade now. I said, well, how come you don't talk about that on your program?
Well, Wall Street, I think Barataria addressed the situation best when he explained to you that the people of Chumaka in those particular buildings were relocated to Oakland. Some of them I knew personally. I know you probably know the RCS and them. They used to be main-laws back in the day.
We have a Kurt Asher here in the chat tonight. I know Natasha, I know Kurt.
So, Kurt will tell you, the people are comfortable in Orokun. If you only mention Chumaka, them people don't want to hear, yeah? So, I'm thinking relocation after a while is best. Instead of trying to upgrade the buildings, maybe we should find places to put them, demolish the buildings and do something else with it. Maybe a community center or a play park or a basketball court or something that could better utilize the area. But I think them buildings, they'll outlive its course. I'm not sure how you feel about it.
But I say, you think after 11 years, I say, that it's okay for abandoned building to be a person who was 10 years of age when the fire happened is now 20 years of age, Aisha, and they've been seeing that building for 10 years, Aisha Wells. 10 years. Do you feel that's acceptable?
No, but then I don't know what's the plans for the building. You know, everybody's tight-lipped on it. I think the better question we should try to find out, especially from the MP for the area, because I think he has been around for about 10 years. Yeah, he was in the West now and he's in the East. He may be in a better position to tell us if they have plans for the buildings or not. But yeah, I agree. We need to at least know what's happening.
Aisha, 11 years and 6 years and you still waiting for plans? What kind of plan is that? I could get an architect to going to Maka can have a plan in that in one day.
So that's the kind of conversations I like to have, Wall Street. Why don't we, and I say we because I will endorse any movement or organization that wants to bring development to the people of Laventille. Why don't we put out our own plans? Why don't we,
But I will talk about that on your program, Aisha Wells.
Let HDC sell us the building, how much you go pay for that building. If we buy it and fix it ourselves, we might be able to put condos in Laventille. If they don't want to fix it, let them sell it to us.
But Aisha Wells, I will talk about that on your program. But Aisha Wells, before you go, somebody want to know what it is you have with Rhoda Barrett because she called for the resignation of the president and Faris Awari.
I personally don't have nothing with Rhoda Barrett. I worked with her at Power 102. I think she's a lovely woman. Rhoda has a view that I don't share, and that's all I would say on that issue. I tried my best not to cause any more division since after I cuss up you know who, and I tried my best to behave. Since I come back, I'm making bacchanal, so I want to behave, Wall Street.
Since you come back, Aisha, I wonder if I got to pay any.
Since I come back by 91.9, not the PNM. 91.9.
Aisha, you're scared, man. I wonder if I got to pay and they go along, get along PNM gang, boy.
Nah, Wall Street. No, it's not about that. It's really about getting it done. Trinidad has a lot to do. We just trying to raise our heads out of this pandemic, try to get ourselves on a good footing. And I want to be a team player. I really want to be a team player.
Until they get you upset.
Well, when they get me upset with this happening, I just mash up the party. I just get on bad. But these days I behave.
But Aisha, Miss Bernie says she's waiting for you to come to Tobago. Just so you know, we had seen the show the other day.
I want Miss Bernice to know
if she only let me know where she living, I can play in by she house first.
She says she's waiting for you to come to Tobago.
Tell Miss Bernice if I only know what community she's in, I am campaigning by her place first. I'm working with some Red Army jerseys. By the way, Wall Street, we're looking for donations for Red Army jerseys and bottled water. Are you interested?
With the Red Army misfire?
No, we're Red Army reloaded.
Oh! I thought.
We're looking for donations for bottled water and jerseys. Wall Street.
Are you looking for donations?
Like to donate.
But listen, I'm looking for donations for hampers for them. I'm looking for donations for the hampers for them people in Chumatak. You got no donation? Huh?
You want bottled water for them? They ain't getting no. They haven't had water for a month now, Slim. You're looking for donation.
Conversations about those hampers that you did, but
but you know, Aisha, the conversation was that the first time in years, Chumaka Claventon make the front page on Newsday, and it wasn't about no gun shooting or no gun toting or no murder.
Wall Street and people say you're bad, so the minister hampers with the 4 okra in it.
No, 5. They had 5 okra. 5. Yeah, 5. Wasn't 4.
5 okra in it, and them people and them was not pleased at all with what you had to say about the minister hampers. I just wanted to.
But no, it wasn't the minister, it was the councillor.
Well, you see, we'll see it.
The minister didn't bring no hamper. He didn't bring no hamper.
He didn't bring it yet. It's on its way.
So them hamper didn't even have no okra in it for them people to get.
Well, she's a cut up for your mouth. I really am.
No. Aisha Wells, you want to thank you so very kind. Any closing words, Aisha Wells?
Yeah, I want to tell you, behave yourself, Wall Street. There is place for you to come back home. You know, we have room for all. Wall Street, we know that you have a point to prove, and we hear you.
Me have no point to prove, Aisha. I just want something for my constituency. That's it.
Wall Street, it's time for you to behave. We notice you.
Well, you know.
I'll be taking notice.
So put in a good word with the minister for you know. Aisha Wells, you want to do? Tell the minister.
Water.
The minister.
Tell Aisha I am calling for she and you to team up and working towards their community over there.
Yeah, Aisha, one of the other person says they're looking for you and I to team up to work for our community. Only thing Aisha Wells is easy.
Team up and wash it, but wash it just go mad when you're ready. He need pills.
Hey, Aisha Wells, somebody in the chat asked this, and I'm asking you. We like to, they say Walls. Ask Aisha Wells how much money she willing to pay Skippy Barrington to talk good about the PNM in Tobago.
How much are willing to do what?
How much money she willing to pay Skippy Barrington Thomas to talk good about the PNM in Tobago?
Well, Skippy has always been a man for Tobago, regardless of political party. And I am almost certain in this upcoming THA election, Skippy will be talking good for the PNM.
No!
I spoke to Skippy.
No!
Yeah, I spoke to Skippy recently.
No! Skippy Barrington Thomas? No. The PNM could never allow that. So all them might as well get God Christopher too? Well, let me send God Christopher to you too now.
I don't know what you're talking about there.
But Kingsley,
you say Skippy having people up Tobago had
what about Kingsley?
With us in this campaign.
By your Kingsley campaign everything Tobago. Huh?
Don't know if he coming or he going.
By your campaign everything in Tobago, Aisha.
Me? Not me. Well, not me at all. I know my place.
No, your Kingsley campaign with you in Tobago. I would tell me, you know. I don't know.
No. They misled you.
All right. Well, all right, Aisha Wells. Aisha Wells, it's a pleasure. Thank you so very kindly.
You're welcome, guys.
All right.
Good night.
Take care. All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let me call Kingsley, yes?
Yeah, call him.
Let me call Kingsley. I want to call Kingsley. I do not call Kingsley.
May I say our vidas in to people in the chat? I'm not feeling so well, so I'm going to bid you guys good night. All right, I'm feeling a little off.
All right, no problem. So, yeah, cool.
Good night, my people.
All right, let me call Kingsley earlier. I'll call him Kingsley. Let me see if Kingsley go pick up the phone.
Me and Ansem will carry on the bacchanal.
Yeah, we go carry on the bacchanal. I call him Kingsley. Nah, I have Skippy number. Send Skippy number for me. Skippy don't talk to me there, you know. You go hang up on me. Skippy don't talk to me. Hold on, let me see if Kingsley go pick up the phone. I call him Kingsley, right? I feel I should call Kingsley and tell him I call him. He call him, you know. He'll pick up the phone. All Kingsley pick up the phone, eh? Yeah, Kingsley pick up the phone only. All right. So Gary, let's go listen to the before we put Aisha on the phone. Let's go listen to the
The AG.
Yeah, let's listen to the AG first.
Apologizing,
right? No, let's listen to him first when he was responding to Kamla. And then we go listen to him apologizing to Ms. Kamla Prasad Bisesa. All right? You know he does play both sides. Let's listen to him here.
We're about to stay with this story. So joining us now on the line, we have the Attorney General, Faris Al-Rawi. Good evening, Mr. AG.
Good evening to you and good evening to your listening viewership. Pleasure to be with you.
Thank you for joining us. Of course, we've been talking about the top story tonight about the ruling that came down on Thursday following legal action challenging the acting appointment of Gary Griffith as police commissioner. Now, Mr. AG, tell us, how do you view the developments coming out of Justice Kangalu's ruling on Thursday?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I intend to do a very fulsome press conference, which will deal with all of the matters of concern, in particular, the terrible misrepresentations and allegations made by Mrs. Prasad Bisesa. That requires a much longer occasion. I'd just like you to note for now that I thoroughly reject the statements coming from the leader of the opposition, who ought to know better. I'm very pleased to receive the judgment of Madam Justice Kangalu, and you will note that the judge was quite clear in her position that she accepted the Attorney General's case. What has happened is, quite simply, there has been a clarification of the Constitution. That is something which has given multiple limbs of consideration. One of the major points for the country to look at right now is what will replace the 2009 acting appointment order that was struck down by the court. It is a serious amount of inconsistency for Mrs. Prasad Bisesa to be now speaking about that.
So, folks, we have Kingsley on the line. Kingsley. Hey. Kingsley, you are on air on WZY 95.9 FM. You are yes, you are on air, Kingsley. You are on air, Kingsley on WZY 95.9 FM. And
yes, they must say good night to the folks.
Yeah, Kingsley. Yeah, well, we just had Aisha Wells. We just had Aisha Wells in the village with us, Kingsley, and people wanted to know, Kingsley, if Kingsley was working with Aisha Wells in Tobago, and you know, I say, you know what? Let me call Kingsley. I don't want to talk for Kingsley, right? Because I don't like to talk for people, and you know, as a man, like to deal with facts, Kingsley. So you tell the people.
What's in Aisha Wells was where?
She was in the village here with us just now.
Okay, she gone already?
Yeah, she gone already.
And what she say? What was her answer?
Well, I think she answered that she wants to work with Kingsley in Tobago. I don't think she says you are working with her. I think she says she wants to work with you in Tobago.
No. I works alone. That's the first thing. I works alone. I have no partner in Tobago. And I do not work in Aisha because I work for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I do not work for Aisha Wells or Aisha
I shall always work for a political party by the name of PNM. And I'm not campaigning for PNM. So if I want to work with Aisha Wells, it come and I'm campaigning for the PNM. So I want to distance myself away from that. If she ever says I should want to work with me, I'm going to say no. I don't want to work with Aisha Wells in PNM.
So wait, Kingsley. Kingsley, we want to be sure. Kingsley, right? The man who the UNC left him, he didn't leave the UNC, is saying that. Right, on the airwaves. If Aisha Wells come and ask Kingsley come and work with me, because we have a good chance of gaining the THA House of Assembly, right? What will Kingsley do?
My mission is not to put no THA hands in nobody hands just so you know. I'm a mission, you know. I, as again, my good friend Horshit, I work for the people. You see, when I walk the streets, and a man come up, like myself, come up to me and say, Kingsley, I hear you on the airwave, I feel good. I don't want politicians to tell me that Kingsley or God, they feel because I do not favor for them. But when a poor man, a man who ain't no grow up in the ghetto, or a man who ain't no grow up the same life when you grow up, walk up here, say, Kingsley, you're doing a good job. I hear you on the radio, you're fighting for the people, because I am the king of the airwave. You know that? So, these is the people I get strength from. When I go down Frederick Street, Henry Street, when I travel in a taxi, when I go in a store, and they hear my voice, and they say, you is Kingsley? I answer, I say, yeah. They say, Kingsley, I like the work you're doing for the poor people of this country. So no, I shall go come to ask me to come and go to Tobago, them have it. The voice of people is not the voice of God. So I don't believe in that. Because sometimes the people choose the wrong people to run the country. So don't tell me the voice of people is the voice of God. People turn their back on God. Because when they say choose Jesus and the Bahamas, who they choose? Who they choose? Who they choose? I work for the people of this country. And if the people decide to give PNM it or juke it, what I can say, but what I am in Tobago is to do. Tobago is to highlight the people problems, because my mission, and I'm glad on the international area, because my WhatsApp number is 339-3016, because my mission is to go in the market, go in the taxi stand, go down in the town and hear these people. Being going, you know, PNM, Shongol, OPD, Shongol, I'm not going there. I'm going in the market. I am going my Pakistan. I go in town. I go in the communities where the young boys sit down on the block and bring the life to the people of Trinidad and Tobago to see, to care for themselves. And I need that sponsor to go in Tobago. It ain't cheap. Tobago ain't cheap. I can't do it alone.
But Kingsley, what if Aisha bring you the sponsors you're looking for? What if Aisha will bring you the sponsor you're looking for?
Well, it's about one saying, right? Take the money and vote them out.
Kingsley, you sure you want to say that, Kingsley? You sure you want to say that? You sure you want to say that?
Well, I am of the word, you know. Because it's my word, I'm my name. So I am man of my word. I don't play games. Yes, my brother. So if Aisha was in the village or whatever, she leave my name out of that. Call her UNC friend.
No, I asked you the question, you know. I asked you the question.
Right. Well, all right. Yeah. But I'm saying my good friend Washington and all who listening, no, I will not work with Aisha Wells in Tobago, because Aisha Wells work for a political party by the name of PNM. The UNC left me. I never left the UNC. The day Washington, I name was Nongson. I was christened by the people on the fence. I am leading the undecided voters on the fence. I am the leader for that. When it's time for we to vote for the general election, I'm going to tell this country who to vote for. But right now, I'm going to call a spade if I see my leader, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, do something what the country has to know, I'm going to say it. If I see Rowdy do something what the country has to know, I'm going to say it. Because it's time somebody stand up to two of them. Because if you call in on a radio station down in Trinidad, and you say, you talk about Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa or Dr. Rowdy, they label you as a UNC. They label you as a PNM. If you try to be independent, the two political parties come after you because they believe there's no independent people in Trinidad and Tobago, or nobody should be independent in Trinidad and Tobago, or nobody can be independent. They then believe the fanatics, the sycophants, the this until I die and that until I die, believe that if you make an honest contribution for the country, you still supporting a political party. You still support a political party. We need to remove that cycle. We need to break the chains of that cycle. We need a country. We don't need a religion country. We don't need a politics country. We need a country of people. Red, white, and black. Because there's no Mullah India here. There's no Mullah Africa here. But there's Mullah Trinidad and Tobago. Until we understand that as a people of this country, because I, as a black man, proud to be black, oh, how I love black, I love black, I love black, but I do not want to go to Africa. I want to say it again, oh, how I love black, I'm proud to be black, I don't want to be no other color than black, but I don't want to go Africa. I born Trinidad and Tobago, this is my country land. I don't know Africa, I might want to go and visit. You know what I mean? But not in the tourist side where they say they could go. I'm going to the beach, I'm going to the park. But if you want to go where men are sticking the airs and saying Goomba, Lumba, Woomba, Woomba, you go. If you want to go and walk naked, you go. I only walking naked to the court when I get sued. Because I have no money to sell many malos one time. I have no money to sell many malos. You watch it? I think I took up too much time.
Yeah, well, Kingsley, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't listen to your Prime Minister. How can people names? Imps and Skibbies and them see quite people who can names. Tomorrow I'll be posting the videos on them.
Imps, pimps, and chimps. Imps, pimps, and chimps.
Yeah, imps, pimps, and chimps. Yeah. You remember that was good. Where's the imps? Who's the imps? Who's the pimps and who's the chimps? Who's the imps, pimps, and chimps? I said that to them.
Yeah. All right, Kingsley.
So what should I get?
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Always giving me the air anytime. We'll talk about that.
All right, good. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, let me finish with the Faris Alwawi, yeah?
Because it was that very order that she and Mr. Ramlogan used to appoint Mr. Stephen Williams, on multiple occasions over many years. I'd like to say there's nothing wrong with the law developing and clarifications happening. This happens all the time. Laws are constantly reviewed. The judge, in upholding the Attorney General's case and in preserving the 2021 order in the way that she did, provided important clarification on the Constitution, and we have to digest that judgment now to certainly look at how it is the management of the interpretation goes alongside with the practical functionings. But I intend to do a fulsome press conference to deal with Mrs. Prasad Bisesa and the terrible untruths that she told the nation in her press conference today in particular.
So folks, let's listen to the Attorney General apology in the Parliament. Let's listen to that. Here we go.
Family, Kamala Prasad Bisesa's members of family all receive rentals from the government. Now, Madam Speaker, let me go a little bit further. I can categorically state and confirm that no family members of the member for Siparia benefited from any government rentals.
I think, oh man.
This matter, Madam Speaker, is grounded on the fact that the member for San Fernando West deliberately misled this honorable house, and by extension the viewing citizens of the country, as he knew or ought to have known the statement he made was a deliberate untruth. So it was false and it was incorrect.
Yeah, Faris was confusing his family with Kamla family.
Gabby, you there? Gabby, are you there? So we just got kicked out, folks.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Somehow they didn't want me to play that that video. Let's go back to get that video.
Yeah, as I was saying, just watch the time, like 3 minutes the hour. So
All right.
Probably confusing his family with Kamla family, you know.
You know what, Gabby? Let's go for a quick station identification. I'll be right back. It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. Let's go for a quick station identification and we'll be right back after this message. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
And of course, we are back with you. It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. So let's listen to the Attorney General apology to Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bissessa.
Kamla Prasad Bissessa's members of family all receive rentals from the government. Now, Madam Speaker, let me go a little bit further. I can categorically state and confirm that no family members of the member for Siparia benefited from any government rentals. This matter, Madam Speaker, is grounded on the fact that the member for San Fernando West deliberately misled this honorable house, and by extension the viewing citizens of the country, as he knew or ought to have known the statement he made was a deliberate untruth. It was false and it was incorrect. Request for clarifications at the time of or upon conclusion of my contribution. It has come to my attention that the member for Oropouche East has since refuted my statements, which reflected upon the member for Siparia. In those circumstances, I withdraw my statements and hereby apologize to the member for Siparia.
You see, folks, that's why we have problems in Trinidad and Tobago, right? There's no consequences for your actions. You can do certain things and you can just get away with it. And that's sad. That's sad. And that's why we're in the problems that we're in, right? So this is when the minister for Lavantel visited this is when he visited the cesspool in the Beacon, right?
Right here. Come now, all the calls for you. Come now, come down. Come right in, what you have? Come right in. We'll be after.
So, folks, that was the one with the visit by the minister, right? Now, this is something that happened today with that was shown today, and it shows a really tough situation there on the beatum. Let's take a look.
Yeah. Avoid Israel. A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm down on the Beatum. Now, I just trot through the Beatum very regularly. Not like some people who can't come on the Beatum. You understand what I'm saying, right? I from Mova. That's how we live, right? And I passing through here. Now, my brethren Anderson called me yesterday or day before and tell me something, and I was really engaged. And I said, brethren, I can't really come now. But I decide I go come down now. And yeah, what I telling you? My little daughter is approaching 4 years old. And she asked me, Daddy, what's smelling so stink?
Yeah.
He said, Daddy, what's smelling so? Anderson, I driving and I only seeing manhole bubbling.
And we take a look at what's going on. There's about the third one that are developed. This is one by the machine which I shown to you all about a month ago. Now we have this problem here. Now we also know what was said that they didn't do it properly. So we have the water backing up. After fish oil and so credit for pitching the road, everything seemed to back up all of a sudden. So I want to take it to this here now.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in line. This place smelling real stink. Pure faces you're smelling. Always share the light. Share the light all you. Nah. What is this?
This is all the water that coming from Mount Hope Hospital. Now, if people was closing the fridge running here properly, all this water coming from Mount Hope Hospital, El Dorado, Cora, environs, run through one channel that run through Beatum Estate.
Alright. How long this so?
This is like this. Before it started overflow like this, it has been like this for over a month.
Running.
Over a month. Since the same water hole occurred at 5th Street, this one occurred too at the same time.
Ladies and gentlemen, no exaggeration. The last time I was down with the sinkhole, I didn't see this. Now, this is black water. Jet black water.
No, don't tell people they didn't see. You didn't have time to come up your film down so alone. I keep telling you that something happening by 11th Street. This is 11th Street.
11th Street.
Right. I pay gas, they say can't go by 11th Street now. We just go to the gas line and the sewer. And I sent it to the last light down.
Yeah, but this year is another sinkhole?
Man.
Well, I can't see on your phone now, but this year.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, but alright. I seen dirt around it. How dirt get around it? Who bring it? Who put the dirt around it? Wassa. Alright, so Wassa trying to sort out this?
Yes.
How long now they're trying to sort out this?
Over a month.
Over a month?
Over a month.
Alright. Anderson, let you walk and see what's going on here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this black...
The world need to see this. The world need to see this.
Okay. I don't know what to say, but you see that That's unacceptable, man. Really and truly, man. In this day and age, boy, in 2021,
But
that same type of thing still happening.
That stuff been happening in those areas for a pretty long time. This is just one incident, and this is what I'm talking about. No, when you're talking about the three buildings, I say we have worse problem than a three building because this is the condition people, children, have to inhale and live under, right? And walk into school and probably have to cross over this kind of nastiness. Okay, so I know of these things happening in that area way before this particular incident, and nothing has been done.
But Gary, my belief is that in a situation like this is where all the PLM activists should come out and say enough is enough. We cannot continue this way. We just cannot continue this way.
No, but only PLM, everybody who live in that area within that range should come out. I mean, people like recognize people like as a program going on. These are the kind of issues should be highlighting. Confront the government on issues, not on this bacchanal with party politics and this one say and that one say and this one forget to say. Let's deal with the issues. You get a call, boy.
Yeah. Hello, you're on WZY 95.9 FM.
Hello. Hello, good night.
Good night. Ulrich, how you doing?
Is this on air?
Yeah, you're on air.
Wow, what congratulations, man. Finally.
Yeah. You're live on the record on air, Ulrich.
man. Tell them we appreciate the calling, man.
Good night to everyone on the panel there, Miss Diana. Good night. Larry, Gary.
Ulrich.
Everybody
good
going,
to hear
man.
you, brother. Good to hear you.
Everybody going good, man. We're going well good.
All right, I just come in late because a friend of mine, mother died today, and I went across, and reached back home before curfew, and surprised to see the program still on.
Yeah.
Coming across the screen, this number, I say, wait, like, they hook up now, so let me give it a try and see what's happening.
Yeah, you're inside, man. You're inside. You know, but Ulrich, Lana was the first one to come in, eh? Lana beat everybody, but yeah. You know?
Oh, right. She beat me because I was no home.
Lana said what tax, boy. She beat Ulrich. Yeah, she said good night to you too, Ulrich.
Right. Okay then.
All right, man. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Bless. All right. Yeah, folks. So folks, I want to say this, You see, these are the type of things that is unacceptable. It's really unacceptable. And to me, what should happen is, Gary, this should have a 24-hour. There should be something 24 hours. They're working on there to clean up that stuff immediately. When them fellas and them take that video, it don't seem like there's anybody there. As soon as them find out that thing happened, immediately, them should be on the scene 24 hours to clean that up. 24 hours until it's cleaned. But that's unacceptable, man. That's really unacceptable. We can't go on that way. We just cannot. And this is not about party.
It's been going on for too damn long, man.
This is not about party. This is about country. You know? And who vex laws? Who actually vex laws? You know what I mean? Hold on, You know, folks, you can also send your WhatsApp messages to 973-868-1444. Make sure it's clean, folks. You can send your WhatsApp messages to 973-868-1444. You know, and you see, that's the difference, that we need people to stand up. Right? We need people to stand up. Because you know what's going to happen, Gary? You know what's going to happen? Right? They go spin the thing and say, well, you see, all they vote for PNM, so all they deserve that. Why they deserve that? Because they voted for PNM. Why? Nobody don't deserve that. Nobody. And I will never say anybody deserve that. I don't care. Nobody deserves that thing to happen to them. This is not about PNM and UNC. This is about people. I don't care what they vote for. Nobody deserves that type of. Nobody deserves that. I don't expect that to happen in any community in Trinidad and Tobago in this day and age.
I keep asking for the people who live in those communities or any part of the country that have issues, especially when you're giving out the WhatsApp number. Send a picture, send a video, a short video. Contact us, and if no media station are addressing it, then we will address it from this end. But
Ron, if that situation in the Beatum has been existing a while, right? They need to take care of it. They need to take care of it.
You hear that? This is water from the Mount Hope Hospital coming down there.
But, Gary, the sewer runs through the Beatum. The sewer runs through the Beatum to go where it had to go. Right? And it's time.
Well, the first thing we should do, first off, this is a health emergency. So the Minister of Health should find himself down there, all right? And then the Minister of Housing, and they should have an emergency meeting and get those people out of that area and then deal with the situation at the same time, all right?
And Gary, correct. And Gary, I'm saying that people should be on the job right now. That should be a 24 hours, 24/7 situation. 24/7 until it's cleaned up.
Yeah.
24/7, man.
Who's the MP for that particular area there?
Your partner.
Really?
Yeah, you see he was in the video. I'll show you the video.
No,
You see the video?
I was in the middle of us doing something at the time. I couldn't watch the video.
Let me show you the video.
Yeah.
He was there earlier in the week. Look at here. Hold on. He was there early in the week. Look. Look at there. Guys, look this one cool. Look one of the thing right here. That's one right there.
But that's the same place that
I'm telling you.
Right here. Come now, all the calls here. Come now, go come right here. What do you have? Come right here. Go be after.
Wait, that's stuff floating up in the man's house?
But that is in the house, we? What do you mean? That is the house. That is the house.
And they didn't find it necessary to find themselves down there and call an emergency meeting. And we have the Minister of National Security, which is his constituency. He's in charge of the ODPM. And he don't have the pull to drag the ODPM into this is a disaster situation.
Oh, yes.
Situation.
Yes, sir. We'll be taking voice notes too.
This is a disaster situation. But in Trinidad and Tobago, it's no biggie. It's no biggie.
And let me say something, yeah. Olia. I will tell you something, yeah. Olia say the people of Beatum like it, so. The people of Beatum do not like it, so. The majority of them do not like it, so. Let me tell you guys my experience in Chumaka Claventil.
But if they don't like it, then they should send a message to the politicians.
But Gary, let me tell you, Gary, I can say the people don't like it so. And here's why. When I lived in Chumaka Claventil, my mother, a 10 days water carrier with her 5 kids and a 2-bedroom apartment, my mother was working in order to put food on our table, to put clothes on our back, and to put a shelter over our head. My mother didn't have no time to see how high the grass was growing around the building. My mother didn't have time to see how the building was unpainted for years. My mother didn't have time to see how much crack it had in the building. My mother didn't have time to see, boy, we didn't get water now for 5 days. She was busy thinking about how to put food on the table for her 5 kids, put clothes on the back, and put a shelter over their head. And there are some people today, many people today, worrying about the same thing because some of them have 6 kids. Yeah, Netscape, you could fed up hearing these stories how much you want. Basically because all they don't live in there, all they don't understand, all they just be outside looking in.
But there are people in other parts of the country facing the same kind of situation, answer. But what I'm saying to you, if you vote into a particular party and that party keeps treating you like that and disrespecting you like that, you have to vote the other way. You have to vote the other way. That is
But
what people saying.
Gary, you have to give the people a reason to vote the other way.
But I mean, that is enough reason, answer.
No,
that is enough reason.
No, Gary, you see, that is the problem. That is the problem.
Well, how you mean? Look, listen.
So you are saying
we are
that
celebrating 59 years of independence, okay? And this area is not some remote area, Trinidad and Tobago, you know. That's part of our city.
Gary,
this is not some outskirts area.
But Gary, don't some people in an abusive relationship stay for a long, long time before they leave?
But this is what I'm saying. It's 59 years. And the thing about it is they have the power in their finger to send a message. I mean, you could burn as much tire as you want and you go back and vote for the same party that disrespect you. You have to stand up. This is totally unacceptable. They should be forcing the Prime Minister to get off his seat and come down there. Come hold the press conference down there. Come and hold the press conference down there with the sewer coming in the people's stuff there. Go on location. That should be declared a disaster area and it need immediate action.
You see? Look what Stelt's saying.
Is that area, is Aisha associated with that area anyway? She close by anyway there?
Yeah, Aisha close by. Yeah, you see? Ray Stelt say once PLM in power, beat them sealers and them red alert zones. Like it so. Let UNC power in power and they will burn up the road. You see? You see? They like it so. Nadia, good night. They like it so. Right? Ellis says, when?
But there's some kind of, I have noticed that there's some kind of a unwritten code of silencing the people, you know, of silencing the people. And you know, I mean, the man, this Prime Minister is like a tyrant by himself. You know, you can't say nothing to he always right.
Troy says he's a WASA employee.
Choice is he's a WASA employee.
Yeah.
But the WASA employee had no choice with the management of how things going. They don't have no choice of how the spending is going. They don't have no choice. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, but they should be working together. WASA should have enough equipment to deal with the situation and bring if there's an issue that they're under budget, they should bring that issue to the Minister of Utilities.
Look, when you Robert saying, answer me, don't know. We like it so, Red. They don't like it so. No, they don't like it so. People don't like it so.
But you can't be voting in and every year, every election you're voting the same party and you're getting the same treatment.
But Gary, they don't vote. They don't vote a party in Trinidad and they just vote a party out.
But that is what they're supporting. They're supporting the oppression.
They don't vote a party in, they vote a party out.
So vote them out. Vote them out. That is what they have to do. They have to vote them out.
You see,
Listen, Jack Warner tried to help those people a lot. Jack Warner tried to help them a lot. And they take everything they could have get and they went and vote the other way. When Jack Warner was in position to do something for them. All right?
Yeah, Ellis, I go call Martinez. I go call the mayor. I go call the mayor and tell him. We call him and tell him. I'll call him and tell him.
So they beat him with all his jurisdiction.
I ain't sure, you know.
Yeah, sure. it might fall out of the
Port of Spain. Yeah. Might fall out of the Port of Spain.
So you would have to find out who the councillor is, but contact Fitzgerald Hines.
Contact Fitzgerald Hines. You me get cussed out.
Let me put him on the spot. Oh, we afraid him? Put him on the spot.
So,
I will send my message too.
Yeah, so Nutscake, you tell me what should happen. Yeah, I was vexed. So tell me what should happen, Nutscake. Tell me. Nutscake said I was vexed when Monsieur Benjamin was burning tires. You want the people in beat him to go and burn tires too? Yeah, I don't know what Twiggy is. I will call Twiggy. I'm not Twiggy number.
Burning tires not going to resolve anything.
But that's what I'm saying.
Go and gather outside the minister office. Go and gather outside the member of parliament office.
Burning tires ain't go up.
What is the population of that area? About 10,000?
I ain't sure now. I really ain't sure.
Can we get 5,000 people to stand up outside the MP office or the Minister of Utilities or go outside the Prime Minister office?
Let's see if man.
This is an emergency situation, man. Totally unacceptable.
It's most unacceptable, man.
Yeah. It needs immediate action. There is no waiting period. It needs immediate action.
Yeah, but Gary, the Prime Minister talked about your boy today, boy. Listen to what he said. Listen to what he said. He talked about your boy today.
1 year ago, in my capacity as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, I wrote to the Police Service Commission a letter under my hand with my signature. And the most important thing I could do as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago is to attach my signature to any document. That letter was a letter indicating to the Commission that as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, I had lost confidence in the Commissioner of Police of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah,
that's
why?
1 year ago.
Because he tried to bully him to arrest people on...
Recently, after information came to me and a subunit of the National Security Council, the outcome of that was that doing my duty, I had to submit the minutes of that meeting to the...
Yeah, Gary. The boy got fired a long time, man.
Listen to me. Like I tell you, he is responsible for suppressing that merit list.
But the man get fired a year ago.
I hold in the Prime Minister responsible for trying, whoever he utilized, if it wasn't him, he utilized somebody to intercept that merit list. Or he made a call to the president to hold on to that there and don't let it come out of there. Whether to destroy it or she in possession. But we should demand, what should be demanded now is a copy of that merit list that was sent. I'm sure the Police Service Commission should have that. Even though everybody's out there, they should have a secretary or somebody there with a copy of that letter that was sent, that merit list. So we should demand, if the opposition is listening, I'm calling on the opposition to demand a copy of that merit list, the original merit list.
Trinidad is not a real place, man. Trinidad is not a real place. I'm sorry.
But this man is out of control. He has no regards and respect for nobody. Okay? You can't ask him a question. He don't want to collaborate with nobody on any ideas. We have tried on our end, outside the political parties. And he's not interested in listening. This is not the same humble man that came to us and said he want three ideas in your house, you know. This is not the same man who come and say how important it is for me to participate. You know. He out of control. And when people get out of control, I had to send them out of office.
Okay, Gary, we're going to leave with this one, right? We're going to leave with this one. Or you could finish up this in the chat.
Yeah.
Listen to this one.
Britain is a kingdom run by a king. Trinidad and Tobago is a country. Yeah, man. So I got the really good. Run by a Trinidad. Which country have the best leader in the whole world? Well, let me tell you. You see, Japan is an empire run by an emperor. Britain is a kingdom run by a king. Trinidad and Tobago is a country.
Run by a what?
So I got the really good. Run by a Trinidad.
Oh, God. Only finish it for yourself.
Yeah, man, but these are the kind of things that Aisha and them should be on straight ahead on dealing with, head on, man.
Yeah, them should be fighting for that, man.
Kingsley, all of them should be out there raising hell about this shit.
Yeah. Them fellas and them should be fighting for that, man. But in Trinidad is different, boy. In Trinidad is different. It's a different thing in Trinidad.
We're in the midst of a pandemic, okay? And this COVID bacteria can multiply drastically. And it can mutate, mixing with other stuff. And all you need is some children getting mixed in that dirty water there. And not only COVID, there are other kind of flesh-eating disease that could be formulated. And being within range and inhaling that stuff alone is very toxic. So all way around. This is something that needs to be dealt with. You know?
Hey, Victor Newman and Troy Smith, put closing comments in the chat. Victor Newman and Troy Smith. Can you guys put closing comments in the chat? Victor Newman and Troy Smith. Can you put closing comments in the chat? Victor completed now, man. What happened? Oh, God. Yeah, cholera too, eh? You think it's easy? I that kind of thing that suit my heart, man.
But let me tell you something. Billions of dollars, all right? Billions of dollars has been given out to these various ministries. And we don't see the results. Every year the budget is a couple million given out here in all the various ministries. Now we don't see the results for it.
We
don't see the results for it at all.
Yeah, Trinidad is not a real place, man.
You start putting up new buildings, and you have prepared the site, the place for the infrastructure for that.
Yeah,
but those people need to be relocated, man. Relocated, and that area has to be dealt with.
Well, sometimes you just ask yourself, boy. You know, I mean,
the government had no sense of urgency, you know, answer. That is the thing about it. They have no sense of urgency.
So, folks, it's kind of a. Let me just see if I have anything here else in this thing here, boy. It's just sad, man. We just can't continue this way, man.
Yeah, really, well, we go keep on firing from this end. You know, bring us the information. Yeah. We go fire from this end.
Yeah.
Go beat them over the head.
Yeah. So, folks, from where I said this is it. Clock on the wall, so that's all I like to say. What I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent, and talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. And remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Any closing comments, Gary?
Yeah, I just want to say good night, everybody. And as Anselm has put those numbers in the chat there, please utilize it to let us know what's going on in the country. Bring us the facts. We don't want to hear say or propaganda. We want the facts. Utilize your cell phone to capture the evidence and just WhatsApp it to us. And we will address it. Again, I would like to thank everyone for joining us, and I will say good night.
Hey, Melissa, thanks for joining us again. Melissa, join us back again. Troy Smith and yeah, Lana say, I'm a pop Lana closing comments. Lana say, I was the first in the dance on the WhatsApp. Hey, Troy Smith, I tell you put closing comments. I tell you put a criticism, closing comments, man. You want to close it with something positive, man. Put some closing comments now, man. And I'm Victor Newman. Come on, put something good, man. Put something good. Yeah. Start I go be the spectator for what? Why go be the spectator for? Things about to get real in TNT. Restart. I don't know if you want to say that, huh? Yeah, Melissa, together we aspire, together we achieve. All right, Victor Newman closing comments is stay strong, be safe. And Troy Smith, put the closing comments in the chat. Yeah, it's a sad day in Trinidad and Tobago, man. We just can't go on this way. We really, really and truly can't go on this way. I even yeah. We can't go on this way, folks. But if we go on this way, boy, our beloved country will not be what it's supposed to be. So we can't expect doing the same thing and get different results. Right? Oh. Let me see Troy Smith. Troy Smith are waiting for you, boss. Buckham Hard is serious, you know. Trini was a sweet country. It could be back that way, but it takes everyone, not just one man. Correct is right. Correct is right. Absolutely correct. All right, folks. I am. We're gonna leave with this one, because sometimes, boy, it you just keep on wondering, man, when are things gonna get better? So maybe this could happen. Huh? Let me get this. This could happen. This might work.
Come next election, crazy going up. And I ain't stopping till I reach the top. I have a party and a deputy. And my symbol is this and only. I don't start saving for a deposit. And the way things looking, I ain't losing it. After Carnival, I start campaigning. And it's bacchanal, plenty bacchanal. As soon as I win, I raising pension to 1 million a month. And public servants getting what they want. In the URP, no cause for display. People could stay home and still get their pay. On the radio station, it's stop day and night. Abu Bakr, he won't have to fight. Abandoning hard work every day is pet. Aloes and crow in my cabinet. And everybody from top to over. Getting a big house and a motor car. And you went crazy, become the prime minister. Crazy, become the prime minister. Because everyone, this nonsense must stop. I will be painting the red house in gold. Sending silver all over the world. $1 million for panorama. Every silver will be a winner. In education, a child could expect 10 years free college, so got junior tech. No common entrance and no CXC. Just hop 1, 2, 3, say the ABC and get your degree. I put in all Indians up in Lavati and all Africans going down Caroni. No taxes to pay, no duties, no VAT. Our treasury will see about that. Calypsonians free to sing anything. And who ridicule the most with the king? I'm making McLeod finance minister. And Morgan Joe will be the house speaker. I'm going to pardon every prisoner. Total subsidy for rice and flour. Crazy. I hear you. Crazy. Because it's prime minister. Crazy. Uncle, let me hear you. Because the prime minister. All you have to pay the coming in. All vehicle bring it to the hands. I put in Tommy in the central bank. Frank will become my little tic-tac. The sneaky Crosby, she money for years. She is Minister of Women Affairs. After the Christmas is real bacchanal. It's 6 months jump up for the carnival. All who don't like that are vexed with the loss. There is no limit for kindred spirit when I am the boss. I have been steel band inside Parliament, wapping and way in every department. Tea and tech and Wassa won't have to work. All they have to do is sit down and smoke. People wouldn't have to spend no money. Groceries and clothes in town will be free. And any police who lock up a man will have to give me good explanation. And every teacher, member of tutor, will have a chance to be a publisher. Crazy, crazy, become the prime minister. And then you get crazy. You're right, honorable crazy.
Let's go stateside for praise.
9 FM, Maplewood, New Jersey, broadcasting from Essex County.